now. Oh wait. Alright, I'm just gonna do starting soon. I need to get something real quick. Hold up. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. I'm back. Let me just find my link.
Okay. $800 by 701.
Because it showed 1 second. Oh, I need to change my stream thing because I set it up as a sleep stream.
Oh, okay.
I need to change that. Big oof, big oof. Okay. Yeah, half the time, like, I'm not even. I realize what I do wrong after the fact. So it's half the time, it's like I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I never make thumbnails. I never, like, do any of that. Let me change my audio settings for this. I think that should be better. Okay, so Gods is here. I need a real talk with Tylen. You forgot to add. So I put TTS and everyone's like, "Oh, you forgot the I."
Do you want a thumbnail?
I'm already live.
You're already live?
Yeah, I just changed it.
Wait, we're live like right
Yeah,
now?
we're actually live right now. Like, it doesn't show your face right now, but like the mic and stuff is going through.
Okay.
We're just, and everyone's like, "Where's the two?" All right.
I can't even see your stream.
You can't hear me?
No, I can't see your stream on my YouTube.
Really? Like right now, it's like just like the trippy whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like kind of that's what I decided to do for the intro and like transitions and stuff. Did it still say sleeping? Cause I thought I changed it.
It says real talk with Tylen.
Okay, then that's fine. I like how he took the first second and that's what the thumbnail is. Yeah, that's great. All right, time to actually put it. All right, guys. This layout or this layout? Okay, put a one.
Let me have the stream on the side so I can see this.
All right. Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let me lower the music down a bit. So it's this layout or it's this layout?
Real talk with Tylen. Oof. Come on, man. like a real talk about cheese with Tyler. Wait, what are you talking about cheese, bro?
So cheese is a meme. That's basically it. It's like this.
In my stream no more, bro.
Really? Come on, guys. I know he leaves me for Gomink. I know that for sure.
Yeah, I'll go with the first layout because he says Tyler voice is low.
Let me.
My voice is too low.
Let me change that. Does this help or?
Tylen, what's your thoughts on cheese, fam? I don't know what meme that is, but.
Okay,
What are you talking about, bro?
I'll put. I think. Okay, talk. Maybe I put your volume way higher than mine.
Hello, 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 hello.
Okay. Let me. Okay, I think now we're even now.
Yeah, I watched the back. We're good. We're good.
Alright.
Hey, you too loud. Oh my god. JTH says, wow, hey, he's in the same room as Tylen. The power of green screen.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this one. This one's pretty good. I like it.
Bro.
Alright. So I guess now is a good time to start the stream. Also, the playback, put it on mute because it echoes quite a bit from your end for some reason. Like I can hear it. Like I can hear the stream sometimes.
Oh, it's just because I'm watching it. I was watching it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you just sort the reality? I like the layout. Fine. I'll do the stupid other layout. Happy. Okay.
I like that layout. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The background, pretty clean. Okay. So.
How y'all boys doing, bruh? How y'all boys doing, man? You know what I'm saying? How you doing here? Well, Hey only has 78 subscribers. What is that bullshit?
Yeah, actually. And Gomink is only at 300 something. Maybe he's at 4 now. I'm just like, this man streams all the time. Where he at?
Yeah.
Like, he's putting in the work. He's been putting in work for a minute. I don't understand.
I'm trying to hit 1K, bro. Oh my god.
Fam, 1K feels like forever. But then Waifu did it. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Bro, don't even get me started.
Yeah, I know. I'm just. It was for 2 seconds. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. Very temp.
Let me tweet out the stream, bro, real quick.
Alright. Yo, we got a hidden village. Guys was like, are you from the hidden cheese village?
Bro, what does this mean, bro? I don't get it.
Okay, so basically the cheese, one day I was just like, your perception of cheese and like what you envision cheese is how you envision life.
Bro, you must have been high, bro. I don't know what's going on.
True. That's very true. That's kind of why. So if it's a cheese stream, that kind of, it's like to that point where it's so crazy, where it's like, okay, that's the stream. It might be a cheese stream. I'm not sure. I'll think about that. Like, I'm ready for it, but I'll think about it.
Okay, bro. I tweeted it out. I put it on my Discord real quick. Maybe some of my niggas will come through. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, where's my Discord at?
Bro, God, that's the first time I've seen you like a tweet of mine, bro. You're a fake. You're a fake.
Just because I'm there. Bet.
Yeah, bro.
Bet.
That's crazy.
Well, you can't at me? I'm playing. It's fine. You didn't, but it's fine. Sorry. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh, fuck it. The tweet's already up, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. F it. Like, what do you think about the Etika situation that's going on right now?
I don't even know what's happening.
So he changed his profile to all black, right? Mm-hmm. And he was like, I can't make it to TwitchCon. Even though he literally said 2 hours ago, oh, I'm going to TwitchCon. See you later, Pokimane. Bro, and was saying crazy. I'm like, he did this before with I think it was SmashCon.
They were gonna if Etika went.
Nah, man, he
would have smashed Pokimane, bro. But that nigga missed out.
Fam, it's like everyone hypes her up, and I'm just like, she's pretty, but it's like I don't get it. I never watched her streams. I know that one video. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Is it the one where she moans?
Yeah. I was like that. I understand. Everything else is like, it's pretty. Like I feel like it's overhyped
People
a
get
bit.
boners when you see a girl playing games, bro. When a girl's playing games, that's a huge
True.
bonus.
Like Alinity. Oh my
But like,
god.
if you're a decent looking girl and you play, and it's not like she's even doing any like some dumb shit like
Yeah.
Zoe Berger, like where she actually tries to show
Yeah.
you shit. I don't know. I don't know what it is about her, but
She's just
I like
cute.
Pokemon, bro.
She's just
Yeah.
cute. That's it.
I can see it, bro. Pokemon's pretty cool, bro.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
it's like Tricky Wiki, like he's flirting with her all the time on Twitter. Etika. I was just like, man, it's remember though on
But yeah,
Instagram.
what's happening, bro? Like, is this nigga like I don't know, bro. I like Etika, but I don't know what's happening, bro. Like, I don't know, man.
I feel like he's just feeling a type of way right now, and he doesn't want to do anything. And he just wants. The thing is, like, if you want to go all black and stuff, and like want to back out, don't tweet.
Is he still following you or no?
No, he's still following. He will always follow me unless he like randomly does it one day. But like he's still following. He doesn't respond, but he still follows.
Okay.
That's what matters. I get that.
Well, what if he just popped into the stream, bro?
I got popped in the stream. Effing.
Has he ever popped into your stream? Or no?
Nah, I would roast him. I would
Roast
straight
him?
up roast him.
If he came in here, what would be the first thing you say to him? What would be the first thing?
First thing, fix your high top fade, because that thing is always whack. Always, unless he gets that fresh cut and then posts it on Instagram. Or like half of the time, his Instagram posts are whack, too. You saw it, right? Like his story or whatever on Instagram. I'm like, fam, people are asking you to stream. People are just asking for like something from you, and you're just posting the dumbest stuff on Instagram.
This boy Hayes going in on Etika, bro. Someone highlight this shit at him, bro. That's crazy. Hey, talking shit about Etika, bro. Damn.
Man, I don't care. I know I'm always betting. That's the thing. Like, yeah, like it's like for me, if I meet a YouTuber in real life, I like to roast them. That's like my to-go-to. Because it just makes it more fun. You know, it kind of, because when you meet a like popular YouTuber, they expect they're gonna fanboy, you know, or like treat you different. But if you completely roast them, it kind of negates it. It kind of be like, oh, he just one of the, you know, gives a different perspective.
So how was your first experience meeting that guy? Because I know that you met him one time.
Shots. That's basically it. Morning to night. That's what that was. And then we went to.
I've always before we even get into the real talk. I've always wondered this. I want to know. I don't know if I guess you're probably open to answer this, but I want to know what is the hardest drug you've ever done, bro? What's the hardest drug you've
cheese?
Ever tried?
The cheese.
Bro. I want to know, man.
Okay. Remember
smoking? I watched this one video where you were like smoking out some candle wax or some shit. I don't know what.
Oh, that was just normal stuff.
What is that, bro? I've never seen that.
Just regular cheese. Just cheese.
It's just some cheese, okay.
But kind of my meme name, I guess. The man. That I tried once. I was just like, it's nothing. It literally was it's like I didn't get it. So I was like, this is stupid. But usually just cheese. Because I feel like that's the most effective for me, at least.
Okay, I get you.
Because, like, it gets to a point where I combine senses into a visual interpretation.
Bro,
so like, let's say I'm like eating something, right? Like based off the food and based off like environment, I can make like a TV show or like a visualization, like a trippy visualization.
Okay.
So it would be like different colors by different tastes and like different stuff. So like you're combining your imagination with your like physical.
Okay.
That's
I've only my experience with drugs is I tried weed, but like I never was really big on weed, but my friends always loved to do it.
Yeah.
And then one time I did it and I greened out, like I literally thought I was gonna die. I tripped. I don't know what this nigga gave me, but like it was some certain strand or some shit, bro.
Yeah.
And it completely messed me up, bro. And I literally
I
never
remember.
do. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do
Yeah.
anything,
I
bro.
remember. I
All
was.
do is live stream.
Yeah. I remember. I was walking up steps, and every step it would be like I can imagine myself in a different outfit. Like I could be like a samurai outfit or a ninja outfit, or like just like different outfits and like different scenarios every step.
Yeah. Just by the way, for my niggas in here, yeah, we're just doing a chill. It's not my stream. It's this nigga. Hey, make sure you hit this boy with a sub. I see my boy, Happy Boy Production, Jack the Beast. Make sure that nigga with the sub, bro. That nigga needs to hit 100.
At least 100.
Why you holding him? Why you holding him like that? You know what I'm saying? I might do a live stream after this. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
Well,
Bro, on a real note, bro. Okay, I had my last. I don't know if any of my niggas, probably JTH. I was talking about how I have 2 last midterms, right? And like I just finished them, and I'm not gonna even hold you, bro. I think I failed both of them, man.
That was me. That was literally me.
On my first one, I got 83. My second one, I was like, it was all right. But then the last 2, right? They were straight up written response, and I was like, oh my.
Mine were all written response.
Written response is the most bullshit. And my teacher was like, yo, know this, know this, know this.
Yeah.
There's only 8 questions, and literally the most littlest things in the creak of the textbook. Like I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
For mine.
It kind of ruined my vibe.
Yeah.
Because like.
I'm
not trying to say no shit.
Yeah.
Bro.
For one of mine, it was so basically it was like, oh, it's open book, but you got the whole class period to give me 3 essays, and you have to find different parts, and anything you do for each essay, you can't reuse that same story or part of the book. So you have to do something completely separate every single question I give you.
Are you in like what?
English major.
College, university?
Northeastern.
Is that a college?
University.
I'm on US. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I used to go to community, but I transferred.
I'm not a community college. It's called like, it's not, my college is like, I don't know. It's not a community college, but like, it's like a university.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm taking business. I want to do marketing probably, but for your first year, it's called business administration, and you got to take like everything, right?
Yeah.
So like, you got to take accounting, managing, all the other classes. And the one class I got stuck with was managing, bro. It's just a bunch of terminology, bro. It's like the most simplest shit, and they'll make it freaking confusing.
I'm in a Tesla class, so basically it's like teaching English to people who don't know English. And now we're like every single sound you make, you have to describe like where you're putting in your tongue and mouth placement for every single sound. And like you have to explain that. So like how you do and everything, like you have to like, where's your tongue? Is it flex? Is it not flex? Is it front? Is it back? Is it? I'm like, I'm supposed to learn this for the stupid exam. They like, and there's like 50 things to memorize.
I know the one thing about university, it's like these tests really don't judge how good you are at a certain thing. Like, just like if I want to be a marketer, just because I can't remember a certain term doesn't mean I'm not gonna be good at marketing.
Yeah,
it's just some fucking bullshit, man. Like I'm getting pissed off. Like my vibe is totally off, bro. Damn, it's mostly because I have 5 courses, and people are like, "Oh, you never take 5."
Oh yeah, you only take 4. That's what I do. I never went 5 because I knew I would mess up.
I am getting literally fucked in the ass.
Yeah.
I know that. That's why I haven't been doing much. I haven't been doing much content on my channel, bro. I have been getting super fucked in the ass. And today was the last day of my midterms. But now I'm just like, you know when you do a test, you know you done bad, but you're just waiting. And like, even though people are like, oh, don't worry, it was in the past, it's still hard to get over it.
Yeah.
Like,
because one of my teachers like, oh, you're going to get your midterm next week on Tuesday. I'm just like, next week Tuesday, I have to do a paper by next week Tuesday. Like,
damn, bro. All I gotta say is if you're not in college or anything like that, it may seem hard. Like in high school, I was like, bro, this is kind of stupid. Like, why am I letting this kind of hard?
Feel like high school is harder though.
No, it's not, bro.
Because you have to,
school, bro. I was a fucking scholar in high school, bro.
I wasn't. I did super bad in high school, and then I went to normal college. I got like a 3.1, I think. Like I did pretty well, and now I'm taking this. I'm like, man, that thing was a joke. Genetics in like college was a joke. that thing's stupid. Because half the time you just show up, you say 2 things, and you get a C.
Yeah.
But the second you actually want to go for your major, different ball game. Then they push you.
All I know is, boys, is school really sucks, bro. Like, I can't even stress that shit enough, bro. That shit's no one likes school, bro.
Yo, what's
I
up,
don't know how
Green?
niggas. I don't. Yeah, I saw Green Nature or Green.
He's the boy.
Green, whatever. He says, at least you get a paper that says you finished something, so you have options in the future, huh?
Oh, I have that with my associates, but like, I didn't even go to the graduation for that.
Jack the Beast said, anyone here from the UK or some shit? No.
Nah,
I'm not from the UK.
That's
but
only Goming.
Hello, guys. My name is Goming.
He's pushing out content.
Yeah,
Especially
man,
on that
he's trying,
TikTok. He's trying. I see him.
Bro, for real, man. I know, bro. If I really grinded this shit, bro, I can do this shit.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I only have 300 subs, and there's this one stream. I don't know if you know this guy, maybe from Attica's stream, but OB1 or whatever.
Yeah. That guy's layout is so bad. Every stream.
I know, but like, bro, this guy, I had more viewers than this guy in a live stream. I had like 25 in my last live stream. And then he has literally 50k subs. I have 300. Yeah. That's insane, bro.
And Attica always shouts him out. And anytime he rates, he's always streaming and he shouts him out. And I'm just like, fam, where's other people's shoutouts? You always do Obi-Wan. Like, this guy needs to fix half of his stuff. Like, he needs to fix his game. Like, but if some people are like, he does that on purpose. I'm just like, I would never do that on purpose. I have a bad layout and like bad everything. I'm like, I want quality. Quality matters for me.
Yeah, bro. I've been stepping up the quality, bro. Me and Hay been working on the stream layouts and shit. So expect some more quality shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bro, low-key, after seeing this guy's green screen, I kind of want one, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know where I put it, though. There's nothing behind me to put it on.
That's the thing. Like, you would, like, kind of, like, staple it to the ceiling or something and just let it fall.
Nah, bro. I can't have that.
Or how I used to have it was there's 2 sticks with, like, a pole in the center just holding it, and you would, like, put it in. So it's like a curtain, kind of. And there's like 2 poles. That's typically what people do with the green screen. Yeah, what about the brain? Yeah, they want me to do like a brain wave. I know this ain't family friendly.
Whoever sub to this nigga, hey, shout out, bro. You don't have the notifications on, my guy?
No, I do. No one did anything yet.
No, you got a sub, bro. You had 78, now it's 79.
I did, man. They don't.
YouTube's holding you, bro. YouTube's holding you, man. Oh, it was me who disliked it. I'm sorry. That was an accident.
The thing is like, it shows... I don't know if, like, Streamlabs is messing with me. Because it's supposed to tell me, like, oh, you have this, or you're getting this, and stuff like that. I guess it's not showing up.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. Streamlabs is kind of annoying sometimes. I cannot even lie. It's just really annoying sometimes.
Like, I don't even know where to go. Eventless, maybe?
No, bro. Just don't worry about it right now.
I'm just... Yeah. Off topic, I guess. Okay. So, do you want to do real talk right now?
Sure, man. Whatever you want to talk about.
I'm going to say something, and I want to see what you think about what I say. Okay?
Alright.
So, I was thinking about this the other day, and about friendships, right? So with friendships, a lot of people are friends with people they don't even like, right?
Yeah.
I feel like with friendships like that, or some in general, it's going to sound really bad, but wait. That based off your interactions with people and their personality types, you learn so much info and like what to do and what not to do. So when you go in life regularly, you can see which personality types are close to people you know and play around that and figure out like how basically play them, how to like be friends with them, how to like get certain things, how to, you know, like develop a relation, but you don't really care about them, but you know exactly what to do because you know the personality type based off your past experiences.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Could you give me like a general like idea?
Okay. So let's say you have a friend, right, that you don't like, right? Hypothetically.
Yeah.
And then, but you realize like this guy is horrible, but in the future I'm gonna meet people that are also pretty bad that I don't want to deal with. Right? Like it might be a boss or just a coworker. So you use that experience and that personality type and that info and how you have, because of friendship, you could get away with a lot more stuff because you're friends. You have a closer relation. So you kind of learn really basic stuff so you can apply that to everyone or people similar to that type and get away with things and, you know, just play the game of interactions.
Is that your question? Like,
what do you think about that?
That's a pretty like specific like scenario type.
But
shit.
I like specific things sometimes. I go broad and specific depending on the topic. Like I put it specific so it's easier for you to understand.
So you're telling me I have a friend that is not a good friend or something.
Yeah.
I could use. So, bro, he's like, let's say you have a friend, right? He's a shit friend, but like, you take that into the future.
Yeah.
Bro, you're really fucking with my head, bro. You make me feel like I'm high right now, man.
That's what I like to do with real talk.
Bro, you're really messing with my head at this point, bro.
I was doing that in class today because everyone didn't get what I was saying. I'm like, you guys aren't getting it. So in class,
I'm not gonna lie with you. I don't get it.
So okay. So in class, we were talking about self, right? Because we were doing some modernism BS. Because this person like is really weird at writing, but that's the point. And we were talking about like what does it mean to be yourself, right? And people are like, oh, your religion, your sex, your gender, you're this, you're that, what economics that's. I'm like, none of that matters. Why does any of that matter? What do sports matter? What does anything matter? The only thing that matters about self is you subtracted from society. Does that make sense? Like you as your soul just existing, that is yourself. Everything else is your reaction to society and outside factors and how you're manipulated by outside. So you have to be standalone and figure it out for your true self outside of the realm of anything outside your mind. Like this is what I think about. Like because I never think. If I'm so bored and I start thinking about this, you know something's up. I'm just bored out of my mind. I just think about this.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I don't know if I'm not listening enough, but you were saying some, I don't know. Okay, you're telling me that what makes someone who they are isn't about, it isn't about.
Thanks, Ember, for this up. It's not about anything that's outside of your body and mind. Should not consider it as self and self-worth.
Give me an example.
Like you should, like let's say like you're a sports fan, right? Like you like this team, and you're like, or let's say like you grew up in a certain neighborhood or a certain religion, right? And you're like, I value myself, and a part of me is that religion, right? Or like a part of me is being a man, or a part of me is being this, being that, whatever. But at the end of the day, those are all social constructs that don't matter. What matters is yourself and your soul. That's the only thing that matters. Everything else that people give value to as like their expression and what they think they are and what they categorize themselves in is all BS. The only thing matters is yourself. Just existing. Like your existence.
I shouldn't fuck. So like my existence, I shouldn't fuck. I don't know, bro.
Like only your existence matters about what you consider self. What you consider, what do I consider myself as? Like what makes me me? A lot of people say all this BS. I'm like, it doesn't matter about that. What matters is your soul, like who you are, you existing right now. That's what matters. If it's not that, then you're wrong. Because if you're not existing, you're nothing. All you are is a memory.
A memory. Damn. All right. Well, I mean, on the same type of note, bro. I mean, that shit's like, I don't know, like that shit's on some like high ass, like you're on some meth, you're thinking about some shit like that.
Like this is me normal. This is me normal. Like if I get bored out of my mind, this is what I think about.
Ginger Snap Gas says Tylen's just not on the same frequency of mine. I mean, I don't know if that's an insult, but
true until you have kids.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'm not. I don't know. Maybe we just think differently. But I think about type of shit like the afterlife and shit like that. Like, bro, is there? Someone told me like, or like everybody wants to have an afterlife, right?
Yeah.
But like, if there was an afterlife, wouldn't that mean we're living forever? And who wants to live forever?
Yes. Okay, I was thinking about that complex before. I feel like if you had the choice to go, you can. But if you don't, you can just keep going. Or if you want to come back, I feel like it should be on a plane where you choose.
Okay. That's just crazy, bro. And like, obviously, how the fuck are we existing right now, bro? Like,
Yeah.
I think about shit like that, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, even if there was some, like, scientific shit, like, it still doesn't make sense
Yeah.
to me. But, yo, hold on. I see some funny shit in the chat. Jack the B says, Tylen's intelligence is not elite enough to comprehend the words spouting out of Hayes' mouth. And then Ginger says, let me switch up the topic. Tylen, why you name your cat after me? Bro, I didn't name my cat after you. I named my cat when I was about 7 years old. I met you off YouTube, like, a couple months ago, man. Come on.
Guys, what, Green, what do you mean selfish? Like, which part was selfish in that?
Green.
Because, like, when you're self, right, without being connected with any part of society, that's, like, pure. I don't know which part I said was self. Like, if there was something wrong I said, I'll correct. Because half the time, like, I will say something like this, but I didn't, like, plan out everything perfectly, so I could be wrong about things. Like, I know I'm probably at fault for some stuff, but it's kind of the general idea of it. I feel connected
But,
Oh,
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's, okay, I understand what you're saying with the same journey, but let me... Yeah. Yeah. When it's kind of the mix of both. Like for me, I just really like being skeptical. It's very easy to be a skeptic, in my opinion. Like that's the easiest thing you can be. Basically, the skeptic point of view, it's everything in society kind of is brainwashing, right?
Wait. Yo, hey.
Yeah.
This nigga JTH said play Smash.
I don't have it set up right now.
Bro,
and Wi-Fi is trash. Fam. We know the Wi-Fi is bad. First off, we know Wi-Fi is bad. Okay, first. Second is, we can do that next stream. Right now, we're doing real talk.
Sorry, I just got hyped. When
I know. We're gonna play Smash soon, though. We're gonna play soon.
Sorry, go on.
Okay, so I was saying for society, right? Everything about society, especially nowadays, is basically brainwash. Do you get what I'm saying?
Society is brainwashed?
Don't you think that way? Or like, thought about
Like,
it.
what do you mean by society?
Okay,
Like,
let's think about like music, right? Like the radio station, right? Everything on the radio station talks money, sex, and drugs. Very simple, right? And how for hip hop, that's majority, especially if it's
don't say hip hop, because that's more like trap in my opinion.
But that's okay. Like over here,
the shit on radio is not
okay.
real
Okay,
hip-hop.
but yes, that's the point though. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like people like just not even hip hop, just stuff on the radio, like Shawn Mendes, Ariana, like all these people, right? Ariana's not that bad, but a lot of people are, and like that, you know, all these high, like gets a bunch of views, right? And they talk about the same subject in a way where it's very catchy and very easy to repeat. How they do the beat and everything, everyone, it's easy, it appeals to a great audience. But the thing is, when people are listening and repeating it, they're slowly realizing, hey, I should be doing that. I should be doing, like, I want to feel that way. When they make something small into something great, when it really is overhyping stuff. I feel like there's so much overhype, especially with sex, like so much overhype, where it just
Sex is not overhyped, bro.
I know, but you know what I'm saying. It's literally everywhere, and it's to a point.
Wait, hold on. Jack the Beast says, "I'm a sick fuck. I like a quick." One.
Yeah, we're
Yo, we got Etika here, bro. Yo, we got the boy Etika here. He says, "Can you shout out my friend Knickers?" Sorry, but I get what you're saying, but bro, I hate when people confuse like you're trying to tell me that the radio makes people.
It hypnotizes people. Think about it, like if whatever we see on TV or whatever the news and whatever, we just flock to it as a society, and the second you don't like it, you're outcasted. Like people who like indie music, right? Like I love all music except country. I hate country. But or like some emo stuff I don't like. Like I feel like emo itself as a genre is a sham, but that's a different discussion. But I feel like everything out there, but like let's say you listen to indie, right? You only listen to indie because you like the message behind indie and what they're trying to do differently than everyone else. You can't play indie at a normal party, right? There's only certain things you can play at a social gathering. Most of the time, especially nowadays. You have to play hip-hop and stuff like that. Or like really white music, and it's just very, very annoying. Because they just say the same thing that other people do, just more chill, I guess.
Okay, so this topic I actually know what he's talking about, so I have some opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of white people love the idea of rap music, but the people who represent rap right now are just not actually good rappers.
Yeah.
I'll give you some examples. 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
He sucks.
He does.
None of the shit he says is actually meaningful.
Yeah.
Then we got,
It's the new mumble rap.
But then I'm also like a hypocrite to that subject because I listen to people like Lil Uzi. Like I mean,
but
I don't listen to him. I don't listen to him for like the material.
Yeah. You listen for the hype. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for
I understand, but some of the shit he says is just like.
Yeah, it's very like what's going on.
It kind of blinds you because it sounds good. Kind of blinds you to the shit he actually says.
Yeah.
How stupid it is.
Like Money Longer, I liked, but
he literally said if you listen to my music, you worship the devil or some shit. Which I mean I don't agree with.
Yeah.
I mean, I listen to what I want. It doesn't mean just because I listen to your music, I believe in the devil and I'm going to hell.
Like
but,
I feel like now which I really don't like is the emo rap, how that's becoming a trend. Cause like I like what Juice WRLD does, like his album, I really liked it. But he did a collab album with Future and it was trash. Yeah, I feel like it gets old really quick, right? Like the first time you listen to it, you're like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. But after the fifth time, you're like, dude, shut up. Like I don't want to hear it anymore. Like you're out.
Dude, shut up.
Yeah,
Dude, shut up.
That's kind of what he's trying to do. He's trying. That's why he got so big, because it was emo, hip hop / rap. That's kind of
really?
think about it this way, right? Now that's up and coming. A lot of people are starting to do that now. Like that type of topic, those topics like depression and stuff like that, mixed with drugs, mixed with money, mixed with women. So it's like taking the formula that was already there and just add actual emotion to it. But everyone likes sad stuff for some reason. And it's like, I don't know why, but that's a big trend. Think about all the teenage angsty kids, right? Everyone was angsty as a teenager. So they're like, oh, everyone's listening to hip hop. Let's just combine the two. We win.
Yeah. So like hip hop or like, yeah, that's how I understand. Like, so like, let's say like you're in a breakup, and then you listen to some Drake.
Yeah.
It's like that'll like put you in the mood. So for example, like some people like get sad, so then it kind of makes you feel cool. Like you're not the only one.
Yeah.
Feeling like you're sad, but I understand like what you're saying. For me, I think I have a really good taste in music. I like music that doesn't just sound good; it actually has a meaning to it.
Yeah,
like,
that's
like the Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, that's what I listen to like all the time. I always listen, especially to Pimp a Butterfly.
That's my.
That's I play it like every week. Like that thing's amazing.
Real quick, want to see something real quick?
Yeah.
Let me go grab it real quick.
All right. Guys, go run to go. I'm enjoying the streams. I'm hyped for the next one.
Well, I don't know if you can see this shit, but
this is Tyler.
Yeah, I got a Tyler creator, bro. He's a real nigga right
Yeah,
there.
I can tell by your name.
I got some Michael Jackson.
That's a really good album. I don't feel like.
Of course, I like favorite album ever, bro. You know what I'm saying? Best album ever, in my opinion. But it's the reason why I like it is because it stays prevalent or relevant, whatever the word is.
Yeah.
In every situation, it's not just you listen to it once, it's done. It still can have like multiple meanings. Like you can listen to this shit like today
and still find something new.
And you can still generate a new opinion or ideology about it. It just goes so deep. Better than a Lil Uzi album or something. It's like, oh,
you don't really do it.
Sounds good. You bump to it, but then after a little bit, it's like, okay, this is kind of boring.
Do you remember Section 80?
Yeah, I like Section 80.
I feel like Section 80 is one of the best albums, and it always gets slept on because it never went big.
I don't think it gets slept on. Just that like it's kind of old now, and like for me, I can't listen to that shit just because I've played it so fucking much.
Yeah.
I played it to the point where I can't even listen to it anymore, bro. Because I just played it so fucking much. It is a great album, in my opinion, bro.
Like, I like what a lot of people consider bad music too. Because I still find good stuff in quote unquote bad music. Like, I really like Doja. Even though everyone doesn't like Doja, I'm like, what Doja's trying to do and how she, like, what's it called? Produces. She knows what she's doing. She got skill. You know, it might not be fleshed out, but at least for up and coming, it's pretty good.
I've never really listened.
Have you ever listened to Imogen Heap?
Nah, bro.
So no, like I feel like if it's more indie, a lot of people know Imogen Heap, but what she does with music is completely insane. But like everyone sleeps on it because it's not hip hop. I feel like hip hop or pop music, like Shawn Mendes and all of that, it's so relevant right now, and everyone's listening because that's what's getting shoved down people's throats. Everywhere you go, you're gonna listen to it. I feel like because there's such a lack of variety, a lot of people. That's why we're in this situation. Like why there's so much mumble rap. Why so much people are just rapping about nothing.
People like it.
But I feel like people are liking it because the society and the radio stations are shoving it down people's throats so much. Because no one said anything against it. No one was like, hey, I'm tired. You know, sometimes you're on the radio like, I'm tired of this song. Like, they play it so much. You just can't listen to the radio. Have you ever had that?
I don't even listen to the radio no more, bro.
Exactly. That's what everyone's like. Fan, I don't even listen. But I feel like, but the thing is, everyone grew up with the radio.
Yeah.
And now they're just trying to copy the slightly older generation. They're just listening to Spotify and stuff like that. So even though it was a trendsetter, like TV and the news, no one watches the news anymore. Everyone knows that. Like, their numbers are going down. But as a kid, everyone watched the news. And look at how that transformed a ton of people.
That's how life is though. Like it's never gonna be the same. It's always evolving. So like maybe this YouTube shit, maybe this shit, maybe it will drown out eventually. We'll have something new, and people who our age will be like, "Yo, YouTube was a shit." They're like, "What the fuck's YouTube?" Like, future. So like, you have no idea, bro.
Well, like YouTube's kind of going down. I feel like there needs to be a new streaming platform, but
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if YouTube will ever get drowned out. I don't think anything could get better than YouTube. Like I think it's got like they're reaching the peak. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like their peak was 2010 though.
Like I feel like cable is gonna go out. Like obviously.
Oh yeah.
Like it's already going out, but like it's more for the older generations. Like you won't see like nowadays people don't even buy cable. You can just stream this shit for free.
Or you can just buy a antenna for like $15 and then just plug it into your TV and it works. Free channels, local. That's what I do. Bro. Yeah. YouTube super chats. Yeah, that's horrible. YouTube super chats. They literally just take all your money and that's it. And they just leave. They're just like, thanks.
Bro, I just want 1,000 not for super chats. I want it for just sponsors.
Yeah.
I want to like make a system for sponsors, bro. Yeah, like I want to make it so like there's cool logos and shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because right now I'm sponsored to Afro. I'm sponsored to Salt. I'm sponsored to Etika. I think I'm sponsored to someone else too, but I'm forgetting. But also monetization. Like, I don't care if I make a penny. At least I make a penny. Like, at least it's something, you know? I don't care. Like,
my watch, I don't know. I think I'll be able to. We'll see what happens. I don't know how.
Because half the time my streams get blocked worldwide because I just play music that's copyrighted or like watch TV on stream like Gordon Ramsay. So it's just like, I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry about that because it's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
But the sleep stream, it was on my channel for like a month and I didn't know about that. So I was like, rip.
Bro, I just really am inspired, bro. Like, there's just something in my head telling me I can do this shit, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Just watch out.
Yeah, for me.
Watch out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You niggas are don't. I know you niggas in here. I've seen you niggas. All you niggas in this stream. I know every single one of you niggas don't come to my live streams. But
for real.
I'm a roast every one of you niggas. Right? Okay. Tylen, join the Joy-Con chef. Nah, bro.
Man, I don't even know what to make for that.
Wait.
Like,
actually, explain to me what it is. And then
so it's a cooking competition.
Okay, hold on. Etika says, "Who are you, by the way?" Are you talking about me? I make content on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I have like almost 400 subs. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna link. Is it okay if I link my channel?
Dude, you can do whatever, man.
All right, I'm gonna link my channel if you want to check me out. But yeah, man. I was helping Hey out with some content. I make videos around Nintendo Switch. I'm doing a Persona live stream series.
Are you mod or not?
You watch my videos, bro. You can see the potential. You know what I'm saying? You can see it, bro.
Tylen, are you mod in my streams? I thought I modded.
Yeah, I'm a mod.
Okay, I'm just wondering so you can like post the link because you need to be a mod for that. Which is
all right. Let me roast these niggas. So this bitch Etika, I don't know who this bitch Etika is. Oh. This message is helpful review. Tylen sucks titty. Come on, Etika. Like, what I do to you, man? I'm a mod in this stream, man. You know what I'm saying? I could
time you out.
Nah, I don't do it. Yeah, I want to see you. I've never seen you. I've only seen you a few times, bro. Green, bro. We always get super lit in my live streams. I don't know why you're not there, bro. Who else we got in here, bro? Where's that one nigga? God's in hell, bro. He was in like my first live streams. I never see him anymore, bro. I don't know if he hates me.
He comes in.
Oh. Green, you weren't even subbed to me? Oh my, I have my OBS open.
Yeah.
So I got the notification. Green, I'm on your ass, bro. Oh my god, this nigga wasn't even
I sent him my channel like
crazy.
months ago, and just recently he subbed. I'm like, it's fine, because like at least you sub, you know, at least you're gonna be in this now. I never heard of you, bro. Ooh, that roast.
Green, we're in the same group chat. What are you talking about?
Everyone's in the same group chat, I swear.
Bro,
I'm in like 4 group chats.
What are you saying, bro? I see you all the time. Bro, that's crazy, man. All right, well, hopefully I see you in the live streams at least.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, before that, I never heard of you. Well, yeah, cause I'm upcoming, man. I'm not like fucking famous, but like, all right.
I feel like I'm up and coming, but everyone knew me back in the day, so it's like I don't know.
You got that etiquette clout a little bit.
But it's like I don't got no followers, I don't got no subs, I don't got no. And like everyone knew me.
Use it proper. You didn't use the.
Especially at the time, yeah. Like
niggas who used the clout properly was Luke Bomber. He got like the most clout.
Yeah, like if I want, I can get people on board for an idea and like do something with the community. If I want, like if I have an idea and I feel like everyone's on board with it, I can try to make it happen. But except for that, it's like I can't really do much.
Wait, God says I always wanted to see your stuff though. So happy I finally found you. Are you telling me? Are you talking about me or hey? I swear to God, if you're talking about me.
Oh, I don't know you, but no.
Lil Zach says, no beating up black people, Tylen, bro. As soon as I get in the chat, bro, it's always a racist shit. Like we were playing Jackbox. Niggas was saying some racist shit.
Dude, donation TTS is hilarious. That thing's funny.
But yeah, man, we'll see. I might do a live stream after this. We'll see, man. I don't know, cause like today, like I just need something to like clear my mind off these tests.
Hey, but the thing is, you keep forgetting something. We're not done doing real talk. We just took a break. I ain't done.
Stream, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty late. I'm just saying right now, it's gonna be pretty.
How long is this live stream, bro? I don't know how long I can be here.
That's the thing. Like I guess when we're like, I don't have anything left to talk about, or like, I feel like naturally it would pop up a time to end it. But I feel like there's still some things to talk about. Like one of the main things I wanted to talk to you about was live streaming, right? Because I feel like it's important to watch other people's live streams to like learn how to live stream, but also to spread, like, to make yourself individual. Because I was watching Etika, right? And one day I was like, I want to see his formula. Because I know he has a formula. And what I realized was, he says some crazy stuff, right? Like, completely insane. And then right after, he like goes back at it and be's more gentle about it, and be like, oh, blah blah blah, and then, like be gentle, like, it's not that bad, and like play it down a lot, so it doesn't really anger a lot of people. It's just his expression. So he keeps doing that, like, you're catch and let go, catch and let go, catch and let go. And if you just do that and don't talk about any super like controversial stuff, you're fine. Especially, like, that's what he does, and that's how he gets the views.
I don't go too in depth into like how he talks, but like, yeah, I see how he is.
Yeah.
God says Etika's my hero. Etika inspired like almost this whole community, bro. If you look at this, like, you wouldn't see Afro, you wouldn't see me, you wouldn't see Hey, you wouldn't see Gomez, you wouldn't see Retro.
Retro's doing good.
Any of these niggas without
Etika,
bro. Even though everybody loves to hate this guy, but the one thing I don't like about the Etika haters is that if you were there for a long time, like everybody's like, yo, I've been a fan for a super long time. If you were there from the beginning, this guy's always done this.
Yeah,
like,
he's always done.
He always like has like a
stalls.
Like he always just comes out right. He's like, yo, he makes a bunch of stuff, and all of a sudden he just stops.
Yeah, he just drops it.
He's been doing that.
Yeah,
he's been doing that. So like, for people to say, "Oh man, he's
changed,"
it's just that it looks that way because he's growing super fast, but also man has a life too.
Yeah.
But I get what you guys saying. Like the only thing I can see
the
is
false promises.
I just don't like when you go on his live stream and you like just donation.
Yeah.
Like fuck. That's the only thing I don't like. But other than that, like, bro.
That's why I like the spawn streams where there's no one there.
Yeah, bro. I've been a sponsor for like almost 2 years now, and I don't know. I've still yet to. I've talked like I don't know. I sent him one of my videos once, and then he watched like a part of it. If you go on my channel, you can see it. But like, what happened was I made an evolution of Etika video.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you guys seen it, but like, it's basically like him like starting off and going all the way. It was really funny, but when I sent him the video, it started like halfway through or something.
Oh.
So it ruined the whole thing. But like, oh my god, if you would have watched it, you would have laughed for sure.
Yeah.
But
it's also, I don't know, like how Etica's like, oh, it's really hard for me. Like I don't have time to respond to people. Because like I know I don't get responded, and I'm like, for me that's fine. Like I know I'm probably not gonna get responded to like basically ever again. Or if it is, it's very rare. But like other people that were close to him, and he was like, oh, I don't even like talk to people ever. I know a lot of people that are, or at least are close to him or were close to him, and it's just like doesn't even communicate to anyone about anything, but then still hits up other people. And still does other communication. I'm like,
I don't know about that.
Like we were cool though. Like we were really like cool, and then it's just like not that. I'm just like, because I see it happen more than once. I'm just like, that part's iffy to me. Or like, I don't know.
That's just I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's changed a little bit, but like you'll never like I don't really know. I never really knew him.
Yeah.
So I can't really say, but I get what you're saying though. Damn, my shit got fucked up. Damn.
What's it called? What else was I gonna say? But it's really interesting to think about streaming, like, as a mental thing, if that makes sense. Because I feel like a lot of things that people aren't getting, it's like when they go live stream, because they don't know anything about live stream, right? It's like very new experience for them. And they just try to play game, like they don't. I feel like to stream productively, you really have to put the mental effort in. Like you have to figure out what people are gonna like, what are people not gonna like, what is this, what is that, how to make this right, how to get the view, how to get the thumbnail. Like you have to think about every single second of streaming on so many times a second of everything.
Yeah,
it's like it's like babysitting a kid, but it's like
my most successful stream is when I actually plan it out. If you plan out, if you have some sort of like direction,
yeah,
like let's say like, oh, okay, we're gonna do a Kahoot, then we're gonna do this, then we're gonna do that. Like it always ends up doing like
very well.
Still stick in there and watch. If you ask any niggas who watch my live streams, like one thing I've been doing is like challenges, and it's just kind of funny. Like this one nigga in my stream just always like, okay, I beat in JTH live stream. I whooped that nigga's ass. I beat this nigga Hey on live stream. I beat this nigga was one more. I think his name is Luma. And then there was one guy, right? His name's Etika Loves Minecraft.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I'll take your ass, bro. And I'm like, nah, fuck you, bro. And he's fucked me up so many times on live stream. And I made a challenge there, but I'm like, yo, if I lose, I'll eat these peppers.
Yeah.
He beat me, and I did it, right? Then the second time, bro, oh my god. I don't know if any of you guys were there, but I told everybody that if I lost, I would drink mustard, and I ended up losing. Holy fuck.
Why are you holding deodorant?
Huh?
Why are you holding deodorant?
This is my mic.
The other hand.
Oh, I don't know.
I was like, what's this man doing?
Yo, JTH says, LMAO, Tylen, just wait till Smash Ultimate. Bro, you know how, okay, look, listen to this. You'll get better, right? But I'll get better too. So it's like I'm up here and you're like right here, right? You're gonna get better, right? But by the time you get to where I was, I'll be all the way up here. So don't forget what I'm talking about.
Also, I'm not playing that song, Ginger and everyone. I'm not doing it. I listened to it. I'm not doing it.
What's the song?
It was. Don't worry about it. Don't. That's all I can say. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right.
But I feel like it's not like my most successful stream was with Afro. When I did that stream was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. That's why I kind of like doing these streams. Because I feel like I always felt like if you talk to someone on stream, like you have someone else on the line and you're just like having a normal conversation, it's so much better than doing it solo, because you don't have to worry about, oh, what am I gonna say to this? What am I gonna make a video, or like what content am I gonna make to please everyone? But I feel like people just like hearing a conversation. It's like a podcast.
Yeah.
It's like the Joe Rogan, you know? I feel like a lot of people, yeah, I feel like a lot of people like that. It's because that's why Alex Jones got super big. That's why Joe Rogan got super big. Like when I was talking about self and all that, like that's crazy. Like Alex Jones, when he says crazy, but that's what makes sense. That's how you get the views. That's how you do everything. If it wasn't for him, think about where everything would be like for the podcasting. And Joe Rogan. If that wasn't a thing, then no one would do it. No one.
Are you talking about the low gang?
Wait, what?
Did you say low gang?
No. I said Joe Rogan.
Oh, they said the low gang.
No.
Like, are you kidding me, bro?
No.
The low gang, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I feel like with streaming, at least for me, the only thing that matters is at least one person's watching. Because the second that number hits 0, it's like, might as well end the stream. Like, it's over. And like, people are like, no, you're supposed to act like there's always something. Like, fam, no one's gonna watch this stream highlight. No one's gonna watch what happens after, like, rewatch it. It's not Etika level. No one cares. Like, at least that's what I think, at least now, because I have 79, whatever, 8 subs. It's like, people who really go back and watch it. Like, how many people are gonna do that?
That's true, bro. You don't know.
And it's like, if I have 0 views, I'm just like, why am I even streaming?
Yeah, I have a lot of people who like rewatch my Persona streams, which is really surprising. Like,
Yeah.
I'll like, let's say I'll finish with like 150 views, and I'll come back and it has 200. So it's kind of crazy, bro.
Yeah. I feel like maybe 1 or 2 people watch it, but I feel like that would be like the cheese streams. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, green. It's like, even when numbers aren't looking good, it's the streaming, your confidence in streaming becomes easier. Like, let's say you have 1 viewer, it's like, hey, at least there's 1 person watching, right? If there's someone messaging in the nice for sure. But if you're watching, if you're typing in chat, even if there's only 1 person typing in chat, for the streamer, it's just a lot more motivating. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to stream, because like you're kind of having a discussion and reaction with someone. Like, it's like when you're all by yourself, it's like, because when you're live streaming, you're trying to put in the mindset of how to please and how to do everything correctly when you're streaming. And you don't really enjoy games. It's very hard to enjoy games like you originally enjoy, because you're putting so much effort into streaming. If that makes sense. Like, you're not giving the game 100% like you would. So it's very hard. And like, if there's no one there, then it's like, I might as well play this on my own.
Yeah, it's
or do a video.
Like, you're just like, okay, guys, but there's nobody there.
Yeah, it's just like,
oh.
It's like, if I make a video and upload it, it's like, at least I know the format. I'm not good. Like, let's say it gets like 5 views, right? I'm like, at least it got 5 views, right? If it got 0 views, I'm like, man, something's wrong. I'm doing something, you know? But you know, with the video, at least it's getting like 1 or minimum 1 view. Minimum. Like, maybe 50, maybe 20. Like, you're gonna get something. But with a live stream, it's like a very different mentality and how you think about content.
That's true, bro. I really agree with that. It's tough. Like, I have like, sometimes when my Persona streams, like, not a lot of people just like when I just talk shit and just do like random shit. But when I do Persona, not very many people come. Like I usually get nowadays, bro. If I'm doing a chill stream, I get like 25 people.
Yeah.
But like if I'm doing Persona stream, it'll like max at like 12 and like go like 12 to 5.
Yeah, like gaming. That's Echo was right though. He was like, man, gaming streams don't get views. Chill streams does. I'm just like, that's kind of facts though.
It is.
Because like, because when you play Jackbox, that's technically chill.
Yeah, a lot of people just like that shit. They just troll though.
I know, but that's what makes it fun. You know, it makes it chill. Because you're not taking anything serious. You're not trying to accomplish something. You're not trying to do something. You're just chilling.
That's true.
It's like playing a card game. You know, like playing poker with someone. It's like your discussions and like the game. It's fun, but at the end, it's like you're not trying to like do something with it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really, really important distinction.
Let me check this chat out. I haven't checked it out in a minute. Let me see what's happening in the chat. I haven't even I've been like editing some shit on the side. Let me check it out. What else we got here? Ginger says, I'm out. Hey man, easy bro. People like interaction and getting noticed and that attention on a bad way. I just don't watch big streamers because not a lot of them interact and you get lost in the comments. Yeah, that's true, bro.
Yeah.
Like, when you have like people like us, like if you have like 25 people, like I ended up reading everybody. Bro, it got to a point with Etika where like he gets so many donations that he can't read them, which really like makes it the worst. If you donate to him, that would really, really suck.
Like for me getting like 8, 9, 10, 12 viewers, like that's, if I get 12, that's a pretty good day. But like usually it's around 8 or 6 to 8 for me.
Yeah.
Like I never really go, the highest I went was like 20, and that was with Afro. Because Afro's group. He always gets a lot of views too. Like when he's streaming.
Yeah.
The only thing he could do better is his webcam. I don't know what that man uses for a webcam, because like half the time it's like, what's going on?
Yeah, the only thing I'll do for his stream is like make the chat more big. I can't see that shit. It's hard
Green.
to see the chat.
If I don't care if he reads him, at least he gets my money, so he could be happy in life. He deserves it. Yeah. Like for me, I don't donate because like I'm not in the position to. And I feel like for me, he's already doing so successful. Where it's like for me, I don't think of him as a streamer, really. I just think of him as a old friend, kind of. Like a guy that like.
That's tough. An old friend. That kind of hits.
Yeah, because like the thing is like we don't talk that much, and you know we don't do anything, and we're just like chilling. Like when we do chill, it's great, but outside of that, it's like, you know, it's sour a bit.
God says, same dude. I just moved, so I gotta get a job now. So I just watch now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very different. Like when you know someone. Or at least, like, you have experience, and then it's, like, some parts kind of do it for you. Like, put the nail in the coffin.
That's true, bro.
So, for me, at least, it's, like, I like watching it. He's awesome, whatever, but it's, like, sometimes, like, I love most of his streams, but sometimes I'm just, like, I can't watch it today. Like, I click off. I'm just, like, it's not today. Maybe tomorrow.
Jack says, I understand donating if you like the streamer and want to help them out, but feeling obligated to spend money to be replied to can be slightly agitating.
Yeah, that's especially super annoying. Yeah.
100%. They don't, I mean, obviously they want to support them, but like the main reason people donate is to get recognized, bro. You can't lie about that shit.
Like, if I want to get noticed, no. If I want to get, like, his attention, I'm just going to spam in chat. Because eventually, I know if I spam, he has to look at it. Because he knows I'm going to non-stop spam until he addresses it. Because he was like, man, my whole chat's getting flooded by this spam. And I know I'm not going to ban this guy. So I just have to address it. And I just spam something else after like 5 minutes. And that's how I get his attention. If he ignores it, he knows I'm gonna keep doing it because I'm the spam king. That's my thing, you know? Because I've been banned. I was modded, I was banned, I was modded, I was banned, I was modded. Like, everyone...
What'd you say?
I got banned twice from his streams. Like, from chat. So everyone knows, like, nothing can touch me. One time I got in trouble because of Green. He got me in trouble.
What happened?
Because it was, like, back in the day, and I was like, okay, if you're gonna ban me or like demod me, make me a god rank in the Discord server, like the highest rank. And it was like, deal. Because everyone was like, fam, he needs to be kicked out, like his spamming's too much.
Bro, that I used to love the Discord, but now it's like dead. That's just
I think it's dead, especially when it moved to the new guy, I think Fuzzy whatever, because like I thought he would be cool for a second, but the second someone gets power and their heads, you know, they flip the switch.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like happened. I'm just like, man, I can't do this. I can't. Like, I'm not dealing with the server because this guy is being really annoying to me. Like, really, like the other person was really cool with me, Lara, whatever. I was like, this really cool. Okay. And this time it's like, because I used to be god rank, right? And used to like be able to access mod stuff and everything. And now I can't. I'm just like, it's literally a requested, like, Etika made it happen. And it's for him. Like, do you not get the message?
Yo, wait, Lil Zach, I saw your tweet, bro. That's kind of funny, bro.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Chilling in a mine shaft, bro? What?
Yeah, they really do love drama. That's why I don't like it. It's very, very annoying. Yeah, I feel like half the time Etika reads my DMs, but he does not respond to them. Or he just like ignores. I'm just like, man, like, sometimes it's just like very annoying. You know, it's like if someone leaves you on red for a whole year, that kind of stings.
That's true, bro. That's very true.
Cause anyone, like, no matter how important they are or how not important, if you're just like getting the effort to even message them, that stings.
Yeah, bro. He doesn't reply to you no more. That's crazy.
Yo, what's up, Mike? This stream is called Real Talk. We did some pretty good discussions, I feel. Or at least, like, I wanted to see, like, your reaction to it. You know, like, what you think about certain topics. About, like, self and, like, society and stuff like that.
Yeah, bro. It's been a good stream, bro.
Yeah. Okay, I want to do, like, one more serious talk subject, and then we can call it a wrap. But at least, like, I want to do I want it to be a triple. Like, I did 2 subjects. I want to finish it. You know, I want to do like a really pounding one for the third one. Okay.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, I'm gonna say a train of thought. And I want to see what you think of it. Okay.
Alright.
So the train of thought is, if everyone's a sheep, right? Everyone's following everything. And the second you're an individual, it sticks out like a sore thumb and no one likes it. Everyone likes conformity. People don't like people, you know, the outcast. But the thing is, the outcast is the most creative person because he doesn't think like everyone else. But the thing is, you're never going to get noticed unless you're the sheep. So for people who want to do something like that, they have to try so much harder because they have to figure out how to manipulate the situation where they still get recognition and they still get points. They're like relatable, but still trying to be so different and so creative. Like finding the balance and the marketing and everything. Like, what do you? How easy? Like, it's so difficult to do that. But how many people do you think actually get away with it? Like, actually play the game right.
Play the game right, as in like. Ask me the question.
Okay, so being an outcast with a lot of creativity to being one of the biggest people.
That's just how it goes, man. That's like on some Naruto shit, bro. Where nobody likes you at the start, and then just because, like, I don't know, man.
But that's what's interesting about Naruto. The thing is, he was always a part of the group of ninjas. You know, he was in ninjas forever. So for him,
it's because he had the hidden beast inside of him, or whatever it's called. He had the tail fox.
Yeah, but
people saw him.
But the thing is, it's not even about that per se, because no matter what, he's a ninja, right? And whatever he does as a ninja to better the village, that's what gets counted. That's what gets praised. But for someone nowadays, if you go completely against it, you're not in a group. You're not in a place in society where you can still talk to us and show your worth. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you're so outside where you literally have to play a game to even put a step in and still be creative and still be individualistic.
Yeah, bro. You're on some deep thinking, bro. Like, I'd never have this type of deep. But I get what you're saying, but like with the being an outcast and then people like you afterwards and shit like that. Yeah. But that's just how it be, man. I mean, I don't question it. That's just how it works, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care though. I mean, for the people, like, if someone liked you, didn't like you before, and then all of a sudden you get some attention, I'm probably not gonna like you.
Yeah.
Like, let's say I'm doing this YouTube shit, and then like someone doesn't like me, and of course I start blowing up, or like nobody likes me.
Yeah.
And of course I start blowing up. I'm not gonna mess with you. I'm not gonna mess with you just because even though I'm nice, you had your chance to chill with me, but you know, she got crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna. If you like me now, if you like me who I'm at now, you gotta like me wherever I'm at. If you like the lows, you gotta like the highs. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's how it be. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like people like that play too many games, and they're just trying to see who falls for it. They're playing out the bait and see who takes it.
Yeah.
Because like, to clout chase, right? That thing's a whole entire ball game. Because you have to take someone that's similar clout to you but slightly bigger. You have to befriend them. Then you have to figure a way to either like be accepted in a group chat or like a bigger community with more people. And you have to figure out how to glow up and get shoutouts from there. And you know, it's just a whole entire game.
Yeah.
But I feel like, for me, I don't want to play a stupid game for anything. Like, yeah, I'm never going to be huge, but it's like, I'd rather stay where I'm at and not do dumb stuff. Maybe, like, trying to be as real as possible. Because the second you're in that mentality, it's very hard to get out. Like, look at Etika, for example, right? His chill streams versus his sponsored streams. Completely different. You can see it in first 5 seconds, right? Like, what he's focused on, how he's doing it, versus it's night and day.
Yeah.
And it's literally a game. But I feel like, is the new meta going to be you don't play a game? Is that going to be the new meta? Is that what people are going to look for now? Because everyone's trying to be obnoxious. Everyone's trying to do this. Everyone's trying to do that. But do you think in society everyone's just going to keep falling into that game? Or are people actually going to look outside of it?
I really don't. I don't fucking know, bro. This is tough.
Like, I know it's tough, but like, if you had a guess.
If I had to guess.
Yeah.
And give me the question one more time so I can just like really comprehend it.
Yeah. So, would you rather? Do you think that in society, because everyone's already brainwashed and everything, do you think how people are doing now with the clickbait and everything, how that's going to be sustainable on how to get views and everything? Or do you think eventually people are going to get tired of it all and look for something individual and new?
I hope people get tired of it because obviously I like the real shit. Nobody wants that fake shit.
Yeah.
That's what kind of runs YouTube nowadays, just the fake shit. But
I feel like
I really don't.
I feel like when that change happens, how easy of a transition is that gonna happen? Because there's very rare occasions where that does, like Video Game Donkey, amazing content. No one, he figured it out. Or like PewDiePie he doesn't make like original content, but I really like his content. If that makes sense. Like all he does is talk about memes. That's the whole entire purpose of his channel. But it's like him being honest. It's why so many people still watch him, or like people who didn't watch him before are watching now, or people who took a break from him. Because even I took a break from PewDiePie for a couple of years. Because I was like, man, I can't do this gaming let's play. I can't do this. And then you switch. And I don't watch once in a while, but now I watch every day. Because of the realness of it. Or like when he tells jokes, how self-aware he is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like being self-aware is the new trend of major comedy and major what people are looking for. Like the next big thing, it's like self-awareness. Because like it's comedy to the best sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not paying attention, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah, bro, you're on some next shit, bro. I just chilling, bro.
Yeah.
But you really on that next level. Damn shit. Next time I gotta really just, I don't know. 'Cause damn, bro, you really go in, bro.
But okay, think about it this way, right? I talk about this when I'm thinking. I never think. Like most of the time I'm blank, right? I don't think at all. When I do think, it's about this, right? Like my friend wanted me to go to a reggae concert, and I realized everything about the genre and concerts and everything about everything during class. I'm just like, I can't do it. Because like just how everything is structured and configured just is so unappealing, and like I just can't do it. I can't be there. Mm-hmm. Like think about concerts in a general sense. Like I go to a lot of concerts and I enjoy a lot of artists, but it feels weird because everyone's for this one person, right? In real life. But everyone's so different as a personality, and you really see it. And like some people are super rude, some people are really nice, some people, but everyone likes something because they relate to it in some way. Right? Music especially. You only listen to it because you kind of relate to it, or you really enjoy the art. But it's like when that level of unification is so minimal and has so many different interpretations, it's just like, because so many people are sheep in so many different ways and for different reasons. And it's like, for me, there's too many sheep and I cannot watch it. There's like a white sheep, there's a blue sheep, there's a green sheep. Like, there's too much sheep. It's like you're the guy in Minecraft and you're just looking at the sheep. It's like, I need to go somewhere else.
Damn, bro. My brain is just completely... Yeah, after my test, my brain felt like mush, and I don't think you helped it.
Yeah. I made it worse, yeah. But I feel like this is kind of what I want to do with the real talk streams. No, it's not like for me. I just save up a lot of like, I guess, thinking energy because I never
You keep a
think.
lot of thoughts, and then you just
It
go right
like
at it.
yeah, I just like boom because usually I don't think so. It's just like once in a while it's like trigger, you know. It's just like oh I have that idea. Or like if I'm taking a shower most of the time, I think of like 5 different things, but it's only when I'm like doing that, or if it's only very specific situations that I really get into the zone. But Tylen, you still haven't seen the cheese. Like when I'm
I
cheesed,
still haven't seen the what?
like cheese streams, right? Because when I'm cheesed, man, it's like you think this is crazy. Cheese is like times 20.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if I could be a part of that stream, bro.
Yeah, like when I actually like I'm in the mood for cheese, like it's crazy. Because everyone's like, my brain does not function right now, but that's what I like.
Anyways, bro, it's been a fun ass
Yeah.
stream, bro.
It's how long have we been live for? Like 2 hours?
I have no idea, bro. That's just crazy. But yo, with that being said,
Yeah. I think this is a good
that
time
was
to
really fun,
yeah.
bro. If you follow me or anything, you want to see me stream, I think I'm gonna stream right after just for like 45 minutes just to talk to you boys. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, man. You know, it's pretty cool.
No worries.
Definitely. If you're a new boy coming from me, hit up. Hey, I see we got 3 new subscribers.
And when it shows up
man,
one here, it's all whack.
Look out for a stream on my end in about 5 minutes, and then I'm probably just gonna talk shit. Maybe eat some mustard.
Some mustard.
Like we'll see what happens, bro. But anyways, once again, thank you for having me. Hey.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and also, I helped this man with his layout. Hopefully, you guys like this shit.
Yeah.
Took a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Took a little bit. Yeah. Jack the B said I subbed. Hey man, good shit.
Thanks, man.
But yeah, man. Lil Zach says play Jack. Yeah, I think we play Jackbox.
Jackbox?
All right. Yeah.
Alright.
Hey, we got Brotosaurus. I swear to God, if I don't see you in my fucking stream, I'm fighting you, bro. This nigga never.
And gods too.
I want to see. I better see all them niggas in there, bro. Damn. All right, man. Well, hey, I'm gonna dip out of here. Start watching, okay?
All right. See ya.
All right. See you, man.
I should probably do that. It's Forest Coast that. Okay. Yeah, that was Tylen. It's like one of those low key streamers. Give me 1 sec, guys. But yeah, that was Tylen. He's like he's like a low key streamer. But he's a really cool dude. I watched some of his channel. Like, I kind of want to do the collab talk stream with him, because I did that with Afro. He's bigger than me, but yeah. Yo, wait, whoa, hold up. Afro. Wait, you've been in here the whole time, or you just popped in? Oh, you just popped in. You really missed the whole Loco Tylen, the creator. He linked his thing a while ago. Afro, you really came in last second. Just wow. Fam, you literally missed out like me talking with Tylen for 2 hours. And I was asking him like some very complex stuff. Like the meaning of self in society and stuff like that. Like very philosophy questions, stuff like that. If you want, watch like the first I would say like 10 15 minutes of the stream, because that was basically like the best question, I think. That was more of a question. But yeah, you straight up missed out, fam. On like the whole entire thing. But yeah, man, I'm upset because you should have came in a while ago. I missed the whole stream. Okay, but Mike, you didn't miss it. Oh, you were streaming? I didn't even know you were streaming. I was just waiting for Tylen because I was like, I'm just gonna wait until you're live or like you're ready to go live. Then I'm gonna go. And then I was waiting for like an hour and a half. I'm just like, man, when is he gonna come around? And then it's like, oh, I'm ready. I'm like, okay, time to set up. So yeah, that's when that happened. But yeah, I feel like the real talk streams are really good. I feel like it was a really good thing. Oh, that's a struggle. You were like super long without Wi-Fi. But yeah, if you want, watch like the first 15 minutes. That's probably the best part. Cause I was talking about class like what makes self, and in class, and everyone was talking about like different stuff, like it's religion, where I grew up, what's my economic status, what I like sports, or do I like this or that, and how self truly is just existing, and outside every factor but self. Yeah, yeah, that was a bit of a talk. I don't know, it was an easy subject, I guess. But yeah, the question about self was interesting. It's really weird because like no one was getting it in my class and modernism. Because I was trying to read modernism, I'm like, I have no idea what's going on, and no one knew what was going on. And I was like, I'm just gonna wait until class discussion. And then people were talking, and the teacher was like, wait, what? Like, please explain that, because she didn't even get it. And like half my class didn't get it. I'm like, yeah, nah, this is, you guys aren't thinking about it right. Exactly. I'm like, you guys don't get it. There's a reason why everything happens. Like, there's meaning behind everything. You guys are just missing out because you just don't like it. That's the whole point. Everyone puts a label on everything, or puts a label on social constructs that they relate to, but they say that's self. And it's all a facade, and they all fall into it. I'm just like, nah, you gotta be self. That's it. Yeah, everyone. Okay, but that's a meme though. Like, you have to realize that's a meme. Like, memes aren't always the greatest, but think about EJ. The EJ meme. Oh my god, that one was stupid. That one's crazy. So I feel like everyone's meme. Yeah, that's the meme. It's like, I feel like everyone's meme is bad, but that's kind of, in the community sense, that's what makes them them. I don't remember. To every person, there's so many trapped inside their own space. Yeah, it really is. It's a horrible term, and it's a degrading term, I feel. But sometimes it's a necessary one. And not a lot of times it isn't, but sometimes it's just like, come on. It kind of gets it gets overboard. Yeah. Every person, there's so many people trapped inside. Mike, the thing. Is a sheep for other people's opinions, but then realize it. So I start to. Yeah, I feel like the self-reflection is really. Because at the end of the day, knowing self and the reality of self and like what's actually means, that's very, very important. And I feel like because of society's values, we misinterpret and we like don't do the right thing for us. Because we're trapped in the mess, and that's the only thing we know. It's very hard to think outside there's so many people who chat through their own headspace, but I feel like also how many of those headspaces are actually theirs and unaltered, like pure headspace. I feel like finding a pure headspace, it's common but also rare. Because if you're trapped in your own headspace and if it's true, then you wouldn't be a sheep. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have to get yourself outside of consumer mindset. Yeah, if it doesn't have a lot to do with mental, I'm talking about America. Yeah. That's why I was talking to him about the radio. Like, radio is literally brainwash. Everything they talk about, how to feel, what's supposed to be glamorous. It changes perspective for everyone trying to be that glamour, when it just degrades us more. That's what I'm saying. It's created from the second you're born. But the thing is, it's if you subtract yourself from all of it, that's when you find it. And that's what matters. Yeah. That's kind of what I wanted to do with the real talk streams. I want it to be completely self-aware. People can kind of like YouTube, whatever. People like to relate so much from. Yeah, I feel like. Thanks, Afro, for man. Now you just so man, Afro. Don't make me roast you. People, it's like a nice to travel about. Right about. Finally, what's it called? Once you get outside your bubble to start understand. Yeah, it's a lot different when you understand it. For me, the bubble is kind of like what I was talking before, like understanding motives and how every motive and every action there is a motive, and how the motive plays in the bigger scheme of things and the big picture. Because everything is for the big picture. Like, it might not seem like that, but someone's personality and every single relation they have and everything all comes back. If you know the person really well, you can predict half of their stuff. Or you can predict the person by some stuff they do. And that's kind of a hard skill, but it's not the best skill to have or the healthiest, but it's still, I guess, relevant. That's it. Yeah. Never been. Was being challenged. Yeah. I feel like every. Man. I feel like until something's that huge, it's really hard to change perspective. Because without having something like that, you would never change. Because there's nothing significant enough to change it. Yeah. Like, it's literally one of the like, it changes everything. Because there's nothing that replicates it. There's nothing. Like, that is. I feel like that's why so many people strive for it. Because when you get it, it's like everything's different. What else? What's I gonna say? I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot. It's. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. I feel like I feel like emotions is an important part of self, but you also have to keep in mind how much of emotions are based. Let me think about that for a second. It's a reason why a lot of people can't hold a conversation for more than a minute. Wow. Probably why. But it also, in that perspective, it's also the similarity of everything and how different it is. It just changes so much so you're able to do that. If that makes sense. How much different a person. Yeah, but it's a very interesting thing about, like, if you subtract everything and then just think about self, it's very, because like your emotional response to things, how much of it and desire and everything is your emotions tied up with expectations? Because yeah, like you can say, oh, that's how I feel, that's my true emotion, but how much is it truly? And that's a very iffy subject and very fine line to walk. You wanted to talk about people. Yeah. I feel like that as well. That's the problem. Because we shut down anything that's not individualized. I feel like that should be expressed more. Like, but I feel like a lot of people, like the indie, kind of like more, like, look at like gaming, right? Just like indie games. Like, it's amazing, phenomenal games. But never gets the spotlight. Because it's so different, it's not what everyone's using. Secondly, people start realizing, like, hey, this is a good game, then it blows up. But until then, it's like, it's very hard. Talk about. Yeah. That's why I feel like if you can't even be yourself without appealing to others, what's the point? That's how they get. Yeah. That's so in class, what we were talking about self, and I'm like, you have to talk, or like, it wasn't what makes self, it's something else about self. And I was like, it's about self worth and leniency. So it's like, if you let everything slide and you just conform to everything, that's a very important thing about self. And no one thought of it. And no one was talking about it in my class. When we were talking about self, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? That's one of the biggest things you can talk about. Bye, cheese. See you, Zach. Thanks for stopping by. But I don't know, like individuals, there's so much potential that isn't expressed. I feel like there's so much that gets consumed and blocked. Not from like the person's mindset and their everything. It's to the fact where there's so much influence where it overcomes it in a way. Yeah, you can't pay for each point, believe it. Other people built it. Yeah. Because people fail to realize that even if it's somewhat similar, there's a lot of undertones that make up the situation that no one expresses, and then you just look at the general picture, but not the details. And the small details actually make up for everything, and people don't get that. Yeah, it is. I feel like that's a really big issue, the short term. Because having something that lasts is very hard. Like, it must be for you, like, having a kid, that's long term happening. Like, that's a game changer that stays forever. Like, even when you're old, like, you still have that, and you're so happy, and you're so proud, and you still have all that. But without that, it's like, how much is actually there? Like, what do you have to go base off of? Like, I guess doing something you love, but what are the chances of actually doing that? Like, I mean, there's like a million things I like doing, but something I love to do forever, it's like, that question, I don't think I'm ever going to solve it. I don't feel like so many of us aren't going to solve it. Like, I don't. Alright, so yeah, green. Yeah, following dreams. But the thing is, I feel like so many people either don't know what their dreams are or give up on them too soon. And they're content with giving up on them. Like, they're like, oh, I tried and I'm done. And it's like, that was their main thing. And they're never going to be that motivated when they realize it's too late. Yeah. It's a shame. It's really a shame. Like, I can have so many different ideas for so many things, but at the end of the day, it's like, if I never fall through and do something, I'm just gonna have the idea that's gonna wither away. And you just get discouraged because it's so much work for something so little. Or like something that you don't even know that's gonna work. So you never risk it, you always play it safe. And I feel like so many people play things safe. Because they don't want to risk what would happen if they actually put it in and risk it. Are you gonna get on Discord? Yes, let's actually do that. That's a genius idea. Because I thought the stream was gonna die down, and I saw Afro in the thing, and everyone. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make this stream more. I actually want to keep going. Let me just put it to the side real quick. Just do that. Then. Do you want to do a voice or video? I guess voice time. We can choose to do video. I mean, pause that for now.
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I think your volume should be fine. I'm pretty sure. At least on my settings.
Yeah, I mean, I turned up my gain a little bit, so.
Yeah. It's just like the output itself, it's being iffy.
Oh, on my end, you mean?
No, just like anything I play.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to listen to what you were talking about with Tylen, I think his name is.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, I can't hear shit coming out of his.
Really? It was that bad?
Yeah.
I thought
it was pretty bad.
I thought I told him like, yo, can you like voice check? Can you dead? And he was like, everything's fine. So I'm like,
yeah, it's fine.
I feel like just like the Windows settings just doesn't allow someone else to be on the same level on just like the mixer and everything.
Oof. Sorry if I crashed your stream. Apparently you dropped down to one person watching.
It says 3. It's fine.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, on my end it dropped down to 1. I was like, oh well.
I think I've a view counter. I think that says like 2. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like if Gods is here, or I'm pretty sure Gods is here, and that's fine. That's fine by me.
Doesn't matter. I mean, I just wanted to talk to you regardless of whether or not you're streaming. It's been a while since I've actually talked to you. So.
Yeah. That's been a while.
Yeah, and I always like come and check my Twitter stuff at times, and it's just like I always miss out on a bunch of fucking notifications. Like, well, fuck,
Yeah,
whatever.
Kind of like how for me, like I miss out on like a bunch of DMs, just because Twitter's like, oh, this person DM'd you, even though you have notification every single time they tweet. It just not give you when they DM you. I'm like, what? That's because I do that for you, because like all the art stuff.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy like what you retweet and what you like, and for art, I'm like, ooh, this is really cool. Like 90% of the time, it's really good. So I'm like, ooh, I like and retweet
I've really,
it.
like calmed down on like retweets and tweeting and stuff in general. I used to be a lot more crazy with that, but I don't know. I don't know.
I haven't made a tweet in what feels like months.
Oh,
I always like retweet and like I'm just like, fam, when am I actually gonna tweet something? Because if I tweet, I want to be on some like Jaden Smith.
Yeah, I guess
some like crazy stuff.
For you to be Jaden Smith, you have to have people like ostensibly like looking at your Twitter account.
True.
You know,
that's the problem. I feel like that's an issue, because like so many people have so much potential, right? But you do not have the fan base. Yeah. So it never can get across.
I mean, I just tweet whatever the fuck I seem to. I mean, like the other, like I just tweeted like just a bunch of random stuff yesterday. Like I was just talking about like a dream that I had, and I mean, for me, like it's like, okay, cool, like 10, 15 likes is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not really too worried about the like count ratio anymore, because it was like plaguing my fucking mind with like numbers, just killing me.
Also, if I do OBS gain, does that help? Let me try something.
Gain? Like are you talking about like on my end, or?
Oh no, that's actually working. If I do gain on my end, I can like amplify you.
Oh.
So it's actually like normal. I should have figured that out when I even did the live stream.
I was like listening back to what I was just listening to now. Wait, hold on a second. I'm actually like level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I should have figured that out a long time ago.
Also, my voice doesn't sound like ass, apparently. What the fuck? Dude, I still don't get it. Like, you have a Yeti mic. It should not sound that bad.
It sounds... I feel like half the time it's my voice.
I think it's the room, because I hear a lot of your room when you talk.
Like echo?
So, you know how a room has reverb, right? You get what I'm saying? Like, so you have like a lot of flat paneling on your walls, and your wall is very like there's not a lot of stuff suppressing that noise.
Yeah.
So I hear every bit of vibration coming from your walls and your floor.
Oh.
And, you know what I mean?
I should...
with your... That's what I mean.
Okay. Because in OBS, like I have a suppression level. So I'm trying to like...
it totally just sounds like you're talking into a hallway, is what it sounds like to me.
Oh, that's very weird. Is this fine? Or...
Yeah.
Is this better?
A little bit.
Because I just changed like a setting in my OBS. Because there's like a noise suppression option.
The only real way of getting your voice to sound a lot better is if you get like a padding, just to sponge up all the bounce in your room. But
kind of expensive.
I mean,
it's an investment.
You can get some pretty cheap foam from Walmart.
True.
Like, I'm not even joking. That's what I did when I was first recording shit. And then I was like, fuck it. I'll just buy like this mic on eBay. Like I didn't even buy like it new. I just bought a used
Yeah.
Audio Technica mic. And then I was just like, oh, I'll just get the rest of the setup like on Amazon or whatever. And I ended up getting my microphone like through there, and it was like under sub $150.
Yeah.
So it's not bad considering you can get this whole setup I have for like over $200-$300,
That's pretty good.
like new. So
Oh yeah, how's Elliot?
oh, he's good. He's almost 2, kind of.
Yeah.
He's 15 months. So he's far away from
Yeah.
it, but I like saying he's almost 2.
Like I always see like the Instagram stuff. I'm like, oh, it's so cute.
Yeah.
Always like super
Uh,
cute.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, I mean, when I was listening to like your stream and stuff, like how you were talking about how I don't know, it was weird like hearing like your opinion of how people get popular, because I feel like I was leaning more in the middle. I was kind of like, yes and no. That's
Yeah.
also, like I'm always very in the middle of things a lot.
For me, when I was saying that, it was more trends and how if the trend's gonna survive or not. Like
Yeah.
people do that. People do play these games, but not everyone does it. I'm just saying like that's their only goal, and that like very concentrated on that.
Yeah.
So I was talking about like a very specific area, but it was also an area everyone knows that's there.
Yeah. It was just interesting hearing your perspective, because
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, like people that I always feel like the people that want to create won't focus so much on why their stuff isn't getting attention, and will just create because they want to. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, um, like people that want to make videos on drama videos, like, I like to think some of those people legitimately like making those videos.
Yeah. I feel like
But
Keemstar actually enjoys that. Like,
I
yeah, it's
mean,
money, but it's like,
it's completely obvious that he enjoys
Yeah.
making videos on drama. The character he plays up, like he wouldn't be able to play that character long if he didn't enjoy what he was doing.
yeah. And I don't blame him. Like, I would enjoy it too.
Yeah. Just become a mini scarce.
I don't know why people watch Scares. Like, I don't know. I can't get
Because
into him.
Strictly, my impression of Scarce is he's strictly information based, and then Keemstar is more entertainment, like
He's
value.
He's like 90. He's like 80% factual.
Who?
Keem.
Keem?
Like, I still feel like Keem's a lot of info. Because, like, if you watch it, like, yeah, he, like, very dramatic in his tone. But what he actually says is still a lot of relevant info.
Yeah, I mean, but like a lot of it too is played up. You know what I mean? Like he is like super playing up the him talking about it so he can be entertaining on video.
Well, yeah. But that's YouTube.
Yeah. I feel like if you don't have any sort of like
Spontaneous, attitude.
if you're not enjoying, the videos that you're making, and I feel like the people that don't understand how YouTube works are the people that want to just get like instant recognition, and they'll make whatever the fuck they want, thinking it's gonna get views, and clickbait the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And while it might get views, it's not necessarily something people will watch because it's not inherently entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're doing that in the first place, should you really be doing it?
I mean, if they enjoy doing it, why not?
I
If they
guess.
actually enjoy doing it, then why not? You know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
yeah, you know, it's I don't know. It's like you watched part 4 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I don't watch JoJo. Sorry.
Oh, you haven't.
Yeah, I haven't really been. Like my friends like, dude, you should. I'm like, I still need to catch up on My Hero. I need to watch. Like I still have stuff to catch up on. I'm just super lazy.
It's not necessarily a spoiler, but there's a character in JoJo that is I'm not going to reveal whether or not you can probably
Yeah.
tell if they're a villain or a hero, quote unquote. But uh their entire motif in life is just doing what they like to do,
Yeah.
and it's not necessarily like them doing it for popularity or them doing it to come out. They
Satisfaction.
have yeah, it's for personal satisfaction, right? And so this character is dedicated to killing beautiful women and like taking off like a part of their body and like, you know, like treating it like it's actually like the most beautiful woman in the world. And
Hmm.
that's his satisfaction in life, you know. It's just like
Yeah.
this and then the next thing and then the next thing and then not being
I feel
not
like
being
it
disturbed by it.
yeah, I feel like it comes to the point where it's like if it's harmful to others.
No, yeah. I mean, that was a very
Yeah.
like it's sensational like
Yeah.
answer to that question, but um no, I just like using that one because it's like, oh, like if should they be doing it, but it's like, well, this guy is, you know, it's
Yeah.
you know, obviously it's a fiction made up from fiction, but like he's doing what he loves, whether that's right or wrong. Clearly society and everyone believes that it is wrong, right?
Yeah.
And there's no question about it. Like murder
Bad.
is wrong, you know, is bad.
Yeah.
Is but you know, he enjoys doing it, and that's his character, you know.
Like it kind of reminds me of like the Shane Dawson with Jake Paul, right? And
Yeah.
how he was talking about his merch. He's like, I don't try to manipulate kids to buy merch. I don't do this and that. It's like F everyone who says that. And I'm like, okay. But then some people are like pointing out, it's like you literally did a social media education thing where you're literally every second trying to manipulate kids to giving you money for literally nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So that
true.
was like, nah, fam. You're still doing that. You learned that
Yeah.
from Logan. Like you're doing it.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, obviously, that's just gonna be the norm with YouTube culture.
Yeah.
I feel like with merch is interesting because I was just talking to another friend about this. Everyone wants to promote their brand, right? Everyone wants to
Yeah.
promote their merch, and like regardless of okay, setting apart for if they enjoy making it or not.
Yeah.
Like regardless of that, fashion and just making a fashion brand is super competitive. Like
Yeah.
everyone and their dog has a brand, you
Yeah.
know.
Jack's Films. Literally, his dog is a brand.
Oh, is this dog really the brand?
It's called Klondike, and that's the name of the dog, and everything has a dog on it.
That's really
His dog
funny.
is literally the brand. I'm just like
The only thing I know about Jacksepticeye is
Jack's Films. That's
sorry, Jack's Films.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid in YouTube land. Yeah, no, I could believe Jack's Films. His dog is a brand
Yeah.
image because he loves putting his dog in everything.
Yeah.
I thought you said Jacksepticeye. He made a brand that's solely on the idea of selling positivity, which I think is kind of disingenuous, but
Yeah.
whatever.
But he's always like acting like it's happy in all the videos, so it's like it makes sense.
I mean, is he happy in all his
True.
videos?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think
it's
so.
it's the like this is what I get like all the time. Like people say all the time with like people that present themselves on live stream or YouTube, you know, they make a video. They're like, "Oh, a YouTuber is like this all the time, therefore they are like this, and it's like no, they're not.
Yeah, it's a whole mentality change. Like you have to
Yeah.
change everything to make sure it's good for streaming.
Well, it's not even that. It's like they're presenting a slice of their
Yeah,
personality to people, and that specific slice is just what people like watching. Or if it doesn't, or if it's not that, then people interpreted that as, oh, this was boring,
yeah,
or this was not good stream or whatever, right? So people always expect that part of people's personality to be integrated into the entertainment factor. So it's like Etika, he's always turned on, and like he's like
yeah.
always turned on to doing stuff. I don't know, it was wrong case of the words or
No,
whatever,
it's still how both ways work. You know that's
right?
factual. Both ways.
It's true. No, I mean, like, and his thing is literally just always being on and talking about the stuff he cares about, and
Yeah.
then like he actually is like, I know this, like I know that for a
Yeah.
fact. It's like he actually is just fucking ditzy and gets distracted every fucking
Yeah.
2 seconds. And that's like, problem, I guess, with how people see him, right?
Yeah. But like when he does like
But,
chill like sponsor streams, it's a lot more focused.
yeah. Well, I mean, he's got to keep it up for how many fucking viewers he gets.
Yeah.
Right? Like 15,000 viewers per stream.
It's more 20,
Some
but
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Like anyone that's able to stay on for as long, there's no wonder like his streams end super fucking quick.
Like all that energy.
Yeah. Just imagine like expending all of that and then just being like, all right, dudes, take care. Just fucking, or not even that. Like half the time he just fucking ends the stream.
Yeah.
Because some shit happens, right? Yeah.
But I feel like I also feel like he feels like it's a good timing to end it.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I'm actually like, because eventually your energy, you're just like, man, I can't do this stream anymore. I need to end it.
Yeah.
Like you just know.
I feel that. Yeah, no, for sure.
So if it's something like that and that's good enough in excuse, it's like, go for it.
Yeah. Speaking of sheep, man, look at how many people dipped off the stream when I came.
Everyone probably went to Tylen's stream because he was like, yo, I'm going to stream it. Everyone better come to it. I'm like, respect. Like, you got to respect it. So I was like, I got you.
I mean, I respect the hustle, but I disrespect it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like I don't enjoy it, but it's like
okay,
you do what you gotta do.
It was just really funny to me because he was just kind of like, yeah, you man, that was really fun. It was really insightful. There's a lot of deep conversation. All right, y'all, come to my channel.
But I don't know, for it comes to the point where like if you're a growing upcoming streamer and you're trying to make it, like you kind of see what's real and what's not very easily when it's very early on. Because like when someone isn't like didn't make it big yet, they really show off like which parts they actually mean and which parts they don't, just for the camera. So I was like, when we were talking and asking the very like serious questions, and like one of his responses were, you can kind of tell like which side of him was for that and which side was for what.
Yeah.
So it's like once you get a little hint of like when you hit them with a hard question, you kind of see where they're going and what they mean.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So when he was like saying that, I was like, I know he wants to like wrap up the stream. I know he wants, like I know what he's getting at, but it's like I understand that for him it was enjoyable. He enjoyed it. I know the audience enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that is good enough.
Yeah, I mean, that really just comes with the territory too,
Yeah.
That's cool though. I mean, I looked over. It's kind of hard to find his fucking channel because his name is Tylen, the creator. So of course, fucking Tyler, the creator, is like the auto pop up.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe no space, and it's like, okay, here it is.
That's kind of like what I like about mine. It's like no one's really copying that.
Yeah.
If I were
Really.
to ever make merch, I would always want to do like trippy stuff all
See,
the
that's the
time.
thing. Everyone always copies each other's aesthetic because everyone is addicted to the fucking like aesthetic that is popular at the
Yeah,
time, but I don't really give a shit about
yeah,
that. I was talking about it before, but like my aesthetic of clothes really come down to things that are like I love color blocking, but I also like muted colors and shit, and but I also love patterns.
yeah.
And the things that suck about guys clothing is there's not really anything outside of just like
Generic
generic fucking like pants, uh
shirts.
jeans,
Yeah.
graphic shirts, you know. Unfortunately, a lot of the fucking cool, like,
They're really expensive.
yeah, as bad as it sounds, like, and even though like people make fun of it, like, dude, a lot of the cool fucking shit like is like
Yeah.
by high design and you know, all
Oh,
those high fashion brands like Gucci and shit.
yeah. But it's also like if you want to make a t-shirt, right? Like if I
Yeah.
wanted to make a t-shirt, I would put like a lot of different colors in one t-shirt with
Yeah.
different patterns and stuff. I'm like, the cost of that t-shirt must be stupid.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
you have to
yeah, I
put so
mean,
much material and different changes and stuff, and it's like that's ridiculous.
it's it's
Like,
hard to do
yeah,
because
like the MKBHD, I'm pretty sure his shirts do that.
well, he does his, so his merchandise is with Cotton Bureau. Cotton Bureau specifically has ways to make price of costs, you know, keep things down, right?
Yeah,
So like he has very basic, like his designs are very clean,
yeah,
and it's not because like uh Ginger is in here. I
yeah,
just saw Ginger Snaps in here. Um his designs are very clean and there's not really a lot added onto it, so he's able to keep price of cost down. Like if I go to, I'm trying to find KBHD Cotton Bureau. I mean, I want to actually like look at his designs
yeah,
while I'm talking about it. Oh fuck. Like the thing with his shirts is he's using a high quality blank with very clean design sense, which is how he's able to keep costs of shit down.
yeah,
Um like all this stuff, I'm pretty sure I know all these brands that he's using. Like he's not using like so many of these like streetwear brands use very cheap, very crappy like blanks and shit, and then they just like fucking do direct to garment
yeah.
whatever fucking design they feel like. It's cool, like do whatever the fuck you want, but at the same time it's like no one is going to respect your merchandise if you're just doing cheap ass shit, you
Yeah.
know. No one's gonna respect you if you're just fucking throwing it out there every 2 seconds either.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, for my stream, how I have that as like the background.
Yeah.
Like, I would want to do something like that, but also very different.
Oh yeah, why is your screen orange? Do you have like Lux on?
Oh yeah, that's it.
Or-
Automatically gets turned on at 9 o'clock. I completely forgot about that because like I don't really like the blue light, whatever. Like I really
Yeah.
notice it. And on my phone, I always keep it max the orange, and
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like that is my new white. Like I just accepted it. And I'm just like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really like it because eventually your eyes just like ruin if you keep it up.
Yeah.
Cause like
Yeah.
makes cells die that don't regen, so it's like GG no re. But I feel like
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
yeah, so I would want to do that type of aesthetic,
Mm.
but also make a pattern, like actually like, draw something using that very intricate patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like this one. I'm gonna go on Instagram like look it up, but this one guy does like really crazy stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I really respect that. I'll try to
Pull
find
it up,
it.
son. Pull it up. Pull it up.
Stupid verification codes are literally everywhere.
Don't leak your password.
Yeah, that's why I
Com
put.
Bureau is a pretty nice website, I'd say. It's actually everyone uses like all the big. I've noticed like all the bigger YouTubers use Represent and what is it,
Teespring.
Teespring and
So I feel like Teespring's very easy because you're just like, oh, I want to put
yeah.
this design on a shirt, and when people want it, they'll
Teespring is
take it.
super fucking easy to throw shit up.
Yeah.
And it's almost criminal like how much they're able to make the product of stuff cost, because I know for a fact that all this stuff that they're doing on there is really cheap because they're using cheap ass materials, right?
Yeah.
So they've added the ability to be able to pick whatever kind of t-shirt you want. But most people choose Gildan, and Gildan is shitty. Gildan is the shitty like blank that every fucking streetwear company uses because it's just cheap
Yeah.
to like print on, right? And that's awful. Like that does not feel good. You feel like every time you put on a t-shirt and after like a while with that shirt, it's like I don't know,
Super
it's just
uncomfortable.
like ripping off skin.
Really?
It's just, well, it's just like so dry and shit. Like
Well,
cuz
yeah.
the material's not great. But I mean, it's all about what you like. It's all about knowing what to use if you're like making merchandise and shit. But yeah, these patterns, like this pattern you have in the background or whatever, I don't know who.
I
Obviously,
just
this is a artist that made it, right?
yeah. I like it because I just like the trippy background, like GIF, and it was like the only high quality one. I was like, this
Yeah.
is solid. Like what this person does
Hmm.
is crazy. You know, like how they do this and like the gum, whatever, or like the how he does the honey and like waterfall effects, fire, like everything, every detail is like insane. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they're
All of
they're
this,
really fucking good artists, dude.
I'm just like, I want to do something like this, but have that aesthetic to it, like that pattern, that design, that like all of that crazy generic. I guess like pattern wise, like trippy mixed.
I mean, the pattern's not generic at all.
Well, yeah,
It's
but
very unique and complex.
yeah, but I always, for me, like I want to make those type of patterns like a staple in clothing,
Yeah.
because no one's doing that in clothing. Like
No, I
imagine like
mean,
MKBHD type of stuff, but like the whole shirt's just like really wild and like different. Like let's say like people or like animals and dog, and they're all in that type of design, and it's
you
like
should be
all
careful with
orchestrated.
what you say because there is always someone that is
True.
making shit that you don't know exists, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
This picture's so. That picture's.
dude, so check this fucking place out. You talking about crazy ass patterns and shit? Look at this fucking website. I'll just DM it to you. They sell so this is a company from California and they're just like a low key like clothing company, but their fucking
Yeah.
colors and patterns and shit are amazing. Like holy shit.
These are pretty good.
Yeah.
It's very. Like someone in a t-shirt looks like their shift like this looks like it reminds me of like an anime. Like it
Yeah.
would be like Ponyo or like something like that. Like some like a kid would wear it.
That's what I like. Like this, they're not afraid to experiment with color blocking. That's what I was talking about before. Is like I hate like
One color.
having one color define my look. It sucks because nothing like mixes well with that. So it's like you kind of got like the thing with like male fashion. I feel like now is you have to really find pieces of clothing you like,
Yeah.
and then like during working hours just rock the horrible shit because you don't want to get shit on your good ass clothes,
Yeah.
and like on the week where you can rock it, like fucking rock it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like some of these design, like they don't change color, but like I really enjoy it. Like these are
Yeah.
really really cool. Like for me, I would always want to do like the line patterns in a
Hmm.
very interesting way. But I feel like anytime I see the vision in my mind, it's like I know I'm not good at drawing, and it's like I would have to speed draw that super hard before the idea goes away.
Yeah.
And that's just like that's such a struggle.
I feel like the reason why people feel like they can't draw is because they're stuck in that complex. Even if like execution wise it's not great and it's not what exactly they have in their head, like at least you fucking put it out on paper,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Or at least you drew it out. Like regardless of well how well or not you like your own drawing, like if you did it, you know.
Yeah. But for,
And people are so afraid of that, like what I was talking about earlier, people are afraid of a negative response
yeah.
to things.
But for me it's
So
also I legit forget what the drawing is or like the image.
yeah.
I just completely lose. Like I can like if I have an image and it's like really vivid 1 second, if I the second I act on it or try to act on it, it fades away like 2 seconds.
Hmm.
I'm just like, this was cool. Why'd you like? Why is my creativity just like nah, fam? You trying to do something? F off. You're not getting it. I'm just like, this is like the only way I can do is like if I try to explain to someone what I'm thinking, but how much is that person actually going to get it?
Yeah, I feel you.
So it's just like you're trapped. You're literally trapped in creativity, or it's like you want to be creative, do so many things, but you can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, just I mean, as cliche as it is, you just gotta fucking do it.
Yeah,
It sucks that it's as cliche as it is, but it's like, dude, why
that's
not?
the
Why not
reality.
fucking do
Yeah,
it?
because like remember for you've seen me like
Yeah.
when
Well, I
the
have a general
cheese.
idea of what your like level is with drawing, and it's not like it's just not like you haven't drawn like people that draw all the time,
Yeah,
and that's how they're able to get better, right? And they understand the discipline that it takes to do that sort of thing, right?
yeah.
But I feel like,
I don't really have a discipline.
I mean, that's why a lot of people don't just succeed with things. People don't have discipline
Yeah,
anymore. Not anymore. It's just not like it's
especially with
not.
art.
I mean,
Because
yeah.
art
People,
must be like the hard. I feel like art's like one of the hardest ones, hardest
yes.
things. Because like music, it's hard, but it's like it's a lot. I still feel like it's a lot easier than art.
Your creative outlet is, no matter what it is always going to be in a competitive swing. So if you're trying to be an illustrator, or if you're trying to be like, you're trying to make music, right? You're always going to be competing with someone else who's also like doing music.
Yeah,
So it's like, so you might as well be helping each other out, and that's where I'm at
yeah,
is at this point. Is I am super focused on trying to do stuff that I like doing, but I'm also not like trying to fucking, what's the word, like really fuck people over just for my own sake,
yeah,
because doing that's stupid. There's no point in doing
yeah.
that.
Like for me, well, I'm gonna use cheese meme because I know you know what that means. I'm assuming you do.
Yeah.
And like you see me sometimes where it's like it's too much creativity where I'm
Yeah.
locked. Like I literally can't do anything because I'm locked in that much creativity. And it's like I want to be in that zone, and just like write down ideas, or like that's why I like just talking about. If you talk a lot, people steal it. So it's like it's very hard to figure out like what to do with it. But it's like
Yeah.
how I always think of a new way to like revolutionize like just listening to like a music video, like that's very easy forming like a program that would do wonders for everyone, and it would
Yeah.
be very easy to create. And it's like that's a really good idea, but I don't know how to code. I don't know people to draw this. I don't know anything. It's like I know I'm not gonna devote my whole like it's like the discipline to devote so much time and effort for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a struggle. But like if I'm thinking, or like if I mix, how sometimes I just mix all my senses and everything into an image. Like that image, I want to create that image, or I want to put that in a shirt. I want to do something with it. And it's like to do that image is super hard.
Yeah.
If you are stuck in it, it's very hard for you to even like draw in a way where it's even representative of what you're trying to accomplish.
Right. Right. Well, that alongside trying to draw stuff out of your head is the most difficult
Yeah,
way of being creative, because there's no point of reference other than your own mind, right?
and that's
So
very finicky. Like
yes,
that can go away in
so
2 seconds. You're just like,
of
man.
course it's going to be the most difficult thing ever, because you're trying to draw, your point of reference is literally something that doesn't exist,
Yeah.
or something from, your own head. So so how do you like, so this is how I'll do it. It's like, so how do you like capitalize on trying to execute that, right? you I try to draw stuff that comes to me more. Like if I just think of stuff, and I'm not necessarily trying to think about drawing, right?
Yeah.
And then it just comes to me in my head. I just put it down on paper, or put it down, or like if I want to try to do a design, I fucking open up Illustrator or Photoshop, and I just fucking start drawing it out. It could be the crudest fucking looking thing, right?
Yeah.
But at least I drew it out, and you just keep fucking drawing it out, and that's how you capitalize on drawing stuff from your own head, is just keep drawing at, or keep outputting as soon as it comes out into you, even if you don't like have the necessary material. It'll discipline you to keep that practice in your head, so that when you're eventually like sitting down and actually thinking of drawing stuff, it'll be more natural for you to do it.
Yeah. And also that sometimes like the first thing that you think of isn't necessarily the best version of it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like you have a great idea, like the emotional game I had, and then I was like, this
That's
actually,
just Tekken, dude.
I was like, this actually is basically impossible unless it's in a VR space. And it gets very personal. Like that's the only way, or like it takes like some crazy tech to be like evolution. I'm just like, it's not time.
Yeah.
Maybe another.
I mean, that's what I'm telling you, dude. It's like what you're talking about, an emotional fighter. That's just Tekken, dude.
No, I understand. Like I was thinking of like fighting, but I switched it more to. I thought of it. And then I thought of VR chat.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it would basically be like a VR chat type thing, but it would be like way too personal. Like imagine if VR chat, the whole point of VR chat, like you see the other person and you have their whole backstory, and you just have to make them so depressed and mad that they just leave because they can't handle it anymore.
I mean, that's kind of interesting. So you're not actually physically fighting, but you're using
your
emotion
words and emotions. Like you're playing with their emotions so intricately to just make them like, and it's like I just, my whole life is ruined. Like I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Like that's like, if that became a game, so that would get so much controversy.
I feel like, I mean, I guess
But
it just
it would
really
work
depends on the subject matter. behind it. I mean, yeah, you could make an emotional fighter and have the exact same mechanics you're talking about, but unless the story behind it or whatever you're trying to the whatever purpose you're putting behind something is like really, like head turning or not controversial for the sake of
Yeah.
controversy, like then then it's not going to be like anything. But like if you're solely destined on trying to make a game like this, right, and your feelings are and your general, that's why I feel like Undertale is such a good game, even
Yeah.
though like people like the meme on it or whatever. Like like there was a genuine idea there of putting mechanics together and what ideas they liked, and then they made those ideas into something really good,
Yeah.
and people really vibed with it, like it, and that's what I feel like is recipe for like a good game, is just having a passion and a good idea intermixed with smaller good, like smaller ideas that you really enjoy, and then just turning it into something.
Yeah. Because I was
I feel,
thinking about the idea, like, it's either you take it personal, or it becomes like a CPU, and like, or each character has its own backstory, and you have to figure that out. Like, it's like it can go so many different ways. I'm just like, man, I don't know anymore. It's like
yeah.
it's like a look at a menu. It's like there's so many options, and you're just like, what?
What the fuck? I'm looking at chat. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I saw. I'm just like, okay, okay.
Good. Very good.
um,
Uh that like totally threw me for a second. I'm
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Or like
Yeah.
when
Fucking
I just thought of something
okay.
when it was a bit too much cheese at the house. It was I said this before in the stream, but it was like every step I took up the stairs, it would be like a different scenario. I can imagine like me in a different outfit in a different situation just by
Yeah.
imagination, right? Creativity. Now I'm thinking it's like, what if that was a game?
Mm.
Like you can in the game you have to change in different like realities and situations, and just like you press like a button combo, or like you change in settings, and like you're a samurai, or one game you're like Metal Gear Solid, one game you're doing this, one game you're doing that, and it's like all open world, whatever, like third person view, and you have to progress in certain games in certain like modes in different ways to trigger certain events, and it would be like what happened all over the world.
Hmm.
So it's like, let's say it's like different countries, right? Like you're doing this in one country to do something, and then that affects different stuff, and like you control the society kind of by playing different roles.
Yeah.
That would be
That's
interesting.
interesting. Yeah, I mean that's interesting. The subjects that you're talking about are super broad, and I would almost like I mean if you like if you're thinking about this honestly, it's like I would
Make it more
condense it
specific,
down
yeah.
to condense it down to something that makes more sense than that it's not just
Vague.
a super broad top.
Like
Yeah, it's
for
super vague
yeah,
like that.
I like putting things in very vague terms so it's very easy for people to understand.
Yeah.
Because for a long time I was saying things very specifically, and people would be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So
Yeah.
then I was like, man, I actually need to broaden it so a lot of people understand it. So it's like a very general idea, but it's very easy to get on board with.
I feel like you're giving people the less benefit of the doubt though. Like
True.
I honestly do feel that people are smarter
Yeah. But
than what they are.
then again,
But
I
it's
was
like
also.
people just fail to engage.
Yeah.
People to fail engage their brain. That's why people are like, "What? Are you on drugs?"
Yeah.
they have like, haha, what the fuck is this? Like,
Yeah.
like those
Like I
responses.
was
Like
getting that in
they,
class. I'm like, what are you guys talking
yeah,
about? You're all English majors. Like, how do you not get it?
yeah. I feel like that's where you run into the most people that are like, they say, wow, this game's on drugs, or wow,
Yeah.
that, like, they put like, they put out, like, I almost feel like that is in itself is kind of a degrading
Yeah.
uh, like sentence, because they're like putting off their experience and just shoving it off as something that's not really worth having in
Yeah.
their head. So it's like, that's weird, and then they move on to the
Like,
next thing.
yeah, like modernism in writing. Like,
Yeah.
it's like there's no grammar. You repeat the same thing in like 5 different ways. It doesn't really make sense to anyone. But like today, I really understood it during
Mm.
class. I'm like, and no one was getting it. I'm like, what's going on? Like, how am I the only one who gets it? And the teacher's like, it's fine if you don't get it. It's just a thingy. I'm like, nah, fam. I want to write a whole paper like this because this is
Yeah.
actually interesting. But I
That's
know
the
I would
thing.
fail if I
Like,
did that.
people, so in that situation, I feel like a lot of people would take that experience negatively, right?
Yeah.
They'll explain something, and then people will be like, I don't get it, and then they'll go home later being like, wow, what's wrong with me, like, and that's how people really put off their own experience and
Yeah.
deny their own experience.
But I
That's how.
feel like a lot of people don't even do the self reflect at the
Oh
end of the
no.
day.
No, no, no. Like, it's not even like that they don't do the self-respect reflect. It's just that they they will put it off, and then they'll say, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that." Like, either immediately after or just sometime during that day, right? And
That they
and then
didn't
that's
get
when,
it.
yeah, and then that's when they deny their experience, because it wasn't that thing wasn't relatable to people, therefore it was a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where people get off on that. Sucks.
Yeah.
It really does, honestly. It prevents any sort of like individual thought. Just having, just not being able to talk openly like that.
Yeah.
Just it just really
Especially
fucking
nowadays,
sucks.
it's getting harder and harder.
It's harder to have an individualized,
Yeah.
like, it's just harder to have an opinion now,
Yeah.
because like,
Everyone likes
here's
shutting stuff
really
down.
here's what's really bad about Twitter. Like, for like, in my experience, I feel like everyone is so, like, I do agree with some parts of it where people are like, oh, people feel like they have to put up their opinion all the time, right?
Yeah.
And that's just the nature of Twitter. Nature is engineered for you to just say something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for it to get likes or retweeted or whatever. The sole purpose of Twitter is for you to use it, and then that's how people get Twitter like recognition, right?
Yeah.
They get retweets, and they get likes, and then they get responses last. Um, but like, I hate when people are like, "Oh, why does everyone have to have a bad hot take at the same time?" Because it just means that they're just denying everyone of
Yeah.
having what they want to post online.
Like I love saying hot takes. And I
Yeah,
remember, like I at work I have this one guy and like I will listen to music, right? And he'll listen to some artists. I'll be like, yo, this was whack. Or like
yeah,
actually like, yo, this person's really good. And he was like, dude, what are you talking about? No, it's not. And like he was like, dude, your hot takes are so bad. I'm like, that's what makes them hot takes. Like that's
yeah,
the point. Like I don't know. I find hot takes fun
yeah,
because that's individualistic. Like that's what makes it you. It's the hot
yeah.
take. That's what makes it fun.
No, I feel that. I mean, just saying something thought provoking and then getting attention from it, that's like super. That's super fun,
Yeah.
honestly. But at the same time, I do agree
There's like
that,
a limit to it.
there's like so many people are trying to get on that train, and it's like like I don't know about that around.
Yeah,
That's why, you know, everyone is like, I don't know about that one, chief.
yeah,
Like because so many people are, you know, like so many people are so used to people having an opinion about
yeah,
something, and and it being bad, you know. I don't know, just people got others, they have to be afraid of, they can't be afraid of what they want to say.
yeah,
Sucks. Like even me talking right now, like I feel it, but I'm totally not vibing with your audience whatsoever.
yeah. Like I feel I feel like that's my audience, right? They've been my most of them been there since like I was at the house streaming.
Oh
Like the
yeah,
early
true.
days where like I kind of knew what I was doing, but not at all because I was just doing children. They were just sending me links,
Yeah.
and for me, it's like I like recently I was thinking like, what can I do with stream? Like, what am I actually doing? Because my last stream was bad. I know it was like I knew it was bad. You know, like you have a bad stream. I was
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
how do I change the stream? How do I make it different? How do I make it unique that I still enjoy?
yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, I always wanted to do like these real talks because like those are still relevant. It
Yeah.
will always be relevant. It's one of those things where you have an idea of how things work, and like you might not be 100% right. You might say things a weird way, but at least you're saying it and it's thought provoking.
Yeah.
That's what makes like Alex Jones a big popular thing because like he says crazy stuff, but like he does it in his own way, and like how he does it, they
Yeah,
gets
he the thing with Alex Jones is, I mean, people,
yeah,
it's just like he is very good, like getting people to his side, and he has like a good way of rallying others to like really believe in what he's
yeah,
saying, even if it's not right, even if it's completely wrong, you know.
true,
So uh same, I agree with whoever laughed in the background. uh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, obviously it's like people aren't gonna vibe with everything you say.
yeah,
Obviously, people are gonna find different things. What I want to notice like about your streams is like when you have cheese streams
yeah,
or whatever, right? I'm gonna call them cheese
yeah,
streams. Uh, like people really like that for whatever reason.
yeah,
You just get, they like seeing how people react to things, and that's a reaction, right?
yeah,
Your body and your mind is having a reaction to the cheese, so that's and then
yeah,
you're saying stuff that like, I don't know, like I feel like people misinterpret deepness with just thoughtless thoughtless like
yeah,
thought. Not saying that what
yeah,
you're saying is bad or whatever, but like I feel like it's like all the time people are like, oh wow, you're so deep, bro, when in reality like they could have easily have thought of that when if they had just like took a second to really just sit down and think about these things, you
yeah.
know. Like I hate when people say that shit.
Like like one of the people in class was like, "What are you on?" I'm like, "I decided to think for 2 seconds. What are you on?"
Yeah.
um,
But yeah, it's not a normal response to stop and like think about things. You
yeah,
know, people are so used to having what they want to say right away. So people all the time will be like they'll assume that you're on something because you didn't answer right away.
yeah, or answer it differently.
Yeah.
The thing I like about cheese streams and why I really like, I still feel like that's a very good idea, but only if I do it correctly and how I want
Hmm.
to do it. It's like for me, it's like I get locked in creativity. That's straight up what happens. Like I my imagination and
Okay.
creativity just
Be more
becomes
specific, because when you say you
yeah.
get locked in creativity, what do you mean?
So basically, like my I cannot rely on my physical self, and I only can process things through a visual interpretation.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, like what I'm feeling, my movements, my taste, my hearing, everything all combines into an image.
Yeah.
And I can say like a movie, a TV show, like what I eat becomes a TV show or a movie
Right.
or like a scene. And it's like, how am I going to focus on being like focusing on normal life stuff? I'm focusing on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I'm reacting to something, right, like if I'm seeing something, I think of like 20 different ways to interpret something.
Mm-hmm.
And the interpretations are so like wild interpretations, but so realistic that like a lot of people don't get it because they never think about it, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's woke, but it's like for me, it's like there's a difference between thinking about one and a difference between thinking of 20 on like 20 different levels.
Right.
So for me, it's like I need to try to figure out how to explain all these 20 levels in like 10 seconds before the next batch comes in.
Right.
Because for me, it's like every 5 seconds a new batch comes in of like crazy stuff. So it's like I need to figure out a way to control it.
Yeah, yeah,
and make it into a legit experience, like a normal people experience.
So your enjoyment comes from the idea, you know, where you're able to, when you're able to like do that, right?
Yeah.
You actually see the experiences visualized in a clearer format rather than it just you trying to think about it and then get it out.
Yeah.
And you're able to get it out easier because you're streaming and you're able to talk about it.
Yeah,
basically,
I could just
what you enjoy from it.
talk while I'm thinking and seeing.
Yeah,
because like for me, like I was eating something, right? And I was just like sitting. I'm like, I see a orange background. I see like a person looking back, and there's like a wagon. I was like, and like a really cool aesthetic, right? Like with different patterns, everything. And then, but the thing is, like after 3 seconds, a blue thing happened, like blue scenario, different stuff. So that's why. And then I was like, wait, this is weird, but I'm starting to catch on. And then I was thinking, I'm like, what if there's a game or a movie where the colors are so vibrant or such a staple? I was thinking the movie would be like, what's your color or something like that. And every single color and the emotions portrayed by color, like you have to really notice the color in different patterns to realize what's actually going on with the movie and how people are actually feeling and what caused different things. Just by, if you just look at purely the color of the movie, you can figure out what the actual meaning is. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like no, blue is chill, but it's also sad, but red is really angry, but also passion. So it's like you have to play with every color in different situations to give another meaning and like way of interpretation.
Right.
So like I would want to make like a movie or something like that where it's like that's the aesthetic. It's purely one color for that whole entire scene, or like different people are like different colors and like different areas based off like what they're feeling. I feel like that can translate to t-shirts, like have different color t-shirts and have that. You can have a video game and kind of like Persona, but like that kind of color thing that they have going on, but like that's more prominent and that's actually what's going on. Or you have a TV show or a movie. I'm like, that's a really good idea, and no one's doing that. No one ever did that. I'm just like, what are people doing? Like, it's not that hard. Color is the biggest thing. That's what everyone sees. Like, why isn't people taking more advantage of it?
I don't fucking know.
And it's like, obviously, like, OMG, like, I get a lot of this. I'm just like, half the time I'm gonna forget it, right? Because that's the nature of it. It's like, you're not gonna remember everything. So it's like, if I can just like say into a mic, and if I really need to like play it back and try to understand what I was getting at, that's good, because that's technically like writing it down, but in a very easy way. Because like for me, I literally cannot write down at that state of mind. Like I'm just like, I'm not gonna write it down.
Yeah,
right?
I
It's
mean
like
your function turns into like nothing. Like
yeah.
you can't function actually.
So the only thing, the bare minimum was talking.
Yeah.
Like the sleep stream was like I wasn't sleeping. I was literally locked. Like that's what happened.
I could have guessed wrong, but I mean, hey, it looked like sleeping.
It was borderline because basically it gets so much where it's like you're dreaming,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's very borderline. Like it's in and out. It's like at the edge. So it's like maybe I was sleeping for like 20% of it. Maybe I wasn't. I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
But I just know like a lot of it I was locked in.
Yeah.
And that's just how I get. I just get very, very locked in. But when I get locked in, it's like it's infinite creativity. So I'm just like, I just need to figure out a way to make this a thing and do something about it.
Yeah.
So that's, and it's like, streaming is like, I might not get it, but if other people are entertained just by the idea of what I'm thinking or like what I'm seeing,
Yeah.
and I think it's cool, it's like, that's cool with me. Because at least it gets somewhere. But like eventually, if it's like I want that, it would be cool if that was a job. Like you'll be hired by a company, and they're just like I, just talk into a mic, random stuff, and we'll see what sticks. Like that would be like the job because like let's say like they need some creativity and no one has it, right? Like it's very hard to like think really outside the box. And they just
have to
get someone, and they just
sit you in a room with some cheese and
yeah, and then just like
writing down for
yeah,
ages.
and just like talk into a mic and like record everything, and someone just listening to it all, and they're like, "Oh, that's a great new idea. We should do that for the company." You know, like
Yeah,
kind of like the ultimate brainstorm that really gets the attention because nothing's like it. Like you're literally paid based off your creativity, which is
that'd be cool.
yeah. I thought I'm like
It'd
that's
also
the
be
dream job.
Really hard to it'd also be really hard to make
Sustain.
money or sustain. Yeah.
Because
But, yeah, I mean that would be pretty cool.
You would need to have a contract, or what also idea that I had was like you're in a room, companies can go listen to any company, right? But they have to sign like an NDA, where like if they try and copy anything, you can sue it depending like how close it is to what you said. And so like as like legal background, like you can't copy it, or you're gonna get sued, or big penalty. So the companies that listen to it, they can either just leave and it's like, that was dumb, or some of them can actually like pay you for that idea and that royalty.
All right.
And I was like, that would be a super cool job because that doesn't really exist. Like no one gets locked like that.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so distracted by whatever is going on in the background because all I heard was "Ha, got him!" Like that one dude. I don't know if it was your brother or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I feel like that would be interesting.
That'd be a good job. Good job.
Because you're just chilling the whole time.
Yeah.
And you're just like, pay me.
That would be a dream job.
But like that's what's interesting at the house or anywhere. It's like when there's sheets, it's just like no one understands what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, why does no one get it? I'm just like, I feel like that's because no one really gets it.
Yeah.
That level. I feel like that's what makes it unique enough. Because it's almost impossible to replicate it.
Yeah, I feel that. I honestly feel that way too.
Because like, if you have something no one can replicate and only you can do it, that's kind of weird. And like you should optimize it.
That really comes down to individuality in general. Is everyone is individual, even if the meme is everyone is a sheep, right? Like that's the whole thing behind the NPC meme, right? It's like everyone likes anyone that likes Marvel movies is an NPC.
Yeah.
But like I feel like people aren't just tied to these things. Like there are obvious people that are like, that's what they like, and
Yeah.
that's fine. But I feel like people deep inside like do like things that aren't just normal, or seen as normal.
Yeah.
So, and people are just, like I said, afraid of just
Yeah.
coming out and saying that that's what they like doing, or or talking about it. Like,
Like I agree. Like that's obviously a huge side. The
yeah,
the side that I was kind of referring to as an extension was emotionally when being a sheep and certain things change just your perception on certain emotions and situations, how you feel on them, and how that
mm.
dictate your emotions.
Well, yeah.
Like like this is gonna sound kind of bad, but like like the SJW something, like some of them go way too far, or
What do you
like
mean?
or like
Like someone calling one that, or
no,
someone
it's just
someone being quote unquote SJW, right? And then they're just like,
they're just not
uh
right factual. Like factually, they're just false.
like factually they're so deep in their own fucking
Yeah,
like thought that they don't take a second to really think about what they're actually saying. But
yeah, and
yeah,
stuff like that. I'm like, that's an actual issue.
yeah, no,
And
it
that's
is.
becoming huge. Like people are like, "Oh, hate speech." It's like there is no hate speech. It's called freedom of speech. If you don't like it, you just don't like. You have your opinion of not liking. You just go away. Like it's not nice. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm just saying like the definition does not exist based off the amendment.
Yeah,
And it's like it's not the best thing to say, but it's like the amendment's an amendment. Like Constitution, Constitution. That's just
right,
how it
right.
is.
Yeah, I mean, people should be allowed to voice their opinion, even if their opinion is
Bad.
really awful and shitty,
Yeah.
and and shouldn't have ground for it. Like people should still have a means of executing
Expression.
that and expressing it. Yeah, ridiculous. It's honestly
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That's what I was kind of like hinting at. It's like some stuff is getting really bad nowadays,
Yeah,
and that type of scenario is just like there's too much of it. There's too much pressure to feel a certain way, and like trying to get people to actually think that way.
yeah, I
It's
agree.
basically like propaganda. I'm just like, guys, what happened to your opinion? Like Democrat, Republicans, like don't be independent. Vote for
Yeah.
whoever you think for, not based off the party.
Yeah, but the other thing too is what happens if they actually do believe that, uh regardless of you know what I mean? Like what if they're not being sheep, and what if that's their actual opinion? You know what I mean? Like how do you differentiate from someone that is following? Because to
Yeah,
me, when you're saying sheep, that's just I'm hearing someone following trends
yeah,
and just being a part of a popular opinion.
true. Like how I would judge it is how they were before they were influenced by it,
Yeah,
and what their morals and opinions of certain things were, and make
right.
sure it's not factually their change if it's factually based or just based off people talking. Like if someone gave them a fact sheet and they changed their mind, right? Like
Hmm.
actual system, I'm like, okay, that makes sense because that's fact. Like that makes a lot of sense. But if it's like pure like emotional, like trying to get people with propaganda, and that's the only
Hmm.
experience they had, and then they transform, that's being sheep.
Right.
Because there's a big difference of factual and just I don't feel like it. Like that's very different.
But is their opinion changing on the outside world, or are they like, that's the thing too, is our experiences are defined by like how we perceive the outside world, and obviously obviously we let those experiences define our likes and personalities.
Yeah,
So if we're like, if you're just consuming stuff all the time, right? You're
yeah,
watching all this stuff, you're letting that consume your ideas and thoughts. And you're even if you don't think that it is, you're letting it actually become a part of what you how you feel, just because it is a part of your life. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's why I kind of went for the definition of pure self that a lot of
Yeah.
people don't get. And I was like, if
Yeah.
you just focus on pure self, like that's not even a question.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Like that, we base the experience of like what we feel and everything. But if we just separate everything and do self first, a lot of that fades away. Eh,
So so are you yourself though?
For me, like everyone thinks, like likes to think that they're themselves, like even if they're not, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, are you human? It's like, yeah, I'm human, but it's like, are you? You know, it's like it's a very loaded. It's like, are you self-aware? It's like that's a very loaded question. Because no matter what,
I
you're gonna
mean,
say yes.
but that's the question
Yeah,
you're
that's the
asking,
question.
even if
Yeah,
it's even if it is a loaded question. You're asking
yeah,
people, are you yourself?
yeah,
Like, and that question is hard to solve because of what you said already.
yeah,
It's hard to say because so much of our life growing up is influenced by what others say and do.
yeah,
You know, there are only a few unique people that let their mind be formed by their own opinions, and those people are the ones that find success faster
yeah.
than the rest of us. You know.
I I feel that I am self, but I do not. I haven't figured out the perfect formula to go by with different variations of self.
Yeah.
Like you sometimes like you're dumb, sometimes you're smart, sometimes you're like just how you are that day, you know?
Yeah.
Yourself in general, like it's very flexible to depend on situations, not even by outside factors, just you as yourself. And I guess the variable of it, it's I would just prefer one single variable, like one consistent variable.
Right.
I feel like I kind of succeed in being consistent
Hmm.
self a lot, but there's obviously moments where it's very outlier moments.
I see, like, the thing with me too is I feel like I'm more like myself now because because I so I've been like trapped in like a lot of a negative headspace like for a long ass time, just from growing up and having a lot of what I thought was social anxiety really was not. What I thought was a lot of things really was not. And
Yeah,
the more and more I grew up, and just experienced life and just had it like hit me the way it did, right? The more I found myself finding myself. So I'd argue people don't really find themselves
yeah,
until later in life. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Like
yeah,
it started like I guess like a week or two ago. Like I was super cheese, right? And I was like, what happened to me? Like what happened? Like because I know there's a drastic change, right? Because I don't think and stuff like that. I was like, obviously there's a drastic change. Because like obviously it wouldn't happen if I wasn't. You know, it would be a lot different in my story and like what I would do in my actions. And like obviously a lot of things changed. But it's
mm,
like thinking it's like what actually makes it, because right now because I don't think in everything, it's like what happens when I do think? What happens, like why don't I do that, right? And like why
yeah,
don't I do certain things like before and like how that changed. And I was thinking like for me I keep everything super bare bones so
mm,
I don't lose on anything. But
right,
because I do that, I don't gain anything either. Because if you're so general and like trying to put your focus evenly distributed, nothing gets highlighted.
Well, you see, but you're like you answered it yourself. You leaving things bare bones don't allow yourself to build back and learn from those experiences. You know what I mean? Like you're just
Existing.
what the fuck? Yeah, you're just existing. Uh oh shit. Sorry. I just got really distracted because they just uploaded the new song for Smash Ultimate just
Uh,
now. I just saw it come
yeah.
on my feed, so I'm like, ooh, I gotta listen to that later. Um, yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah, I don't know. Like,
that's
I
what I
feel like,
was realizing, kind of. And then I
yeah,
was like, I like had the epiphany. I'm just like, a lot of things I need to, I guess, work on and change
yeah,
to like actually be like what, because I don't really have like that much focus, or like because
mm,
everything's so evenly distributed, it's just like I can't really dive into stuff.
right.
So it's like when I'm cheese, then I really like dive in, but it's like figuring a way to be focused like that and be able to dive in different areas
But
naturally.
here's the thing too: is how are you supposed to how are you supposed to really dive in and internalize that if the only way you're able to do it is while being cheesed
Yeah,
up? You know what I mean? Like,
but I
I feel
yeah
like I feel like the ultimate goal is to be able to be yourself, or like not yourself, but like be able to be comfortable with yourself while also
not
learning to
relying.
not relying on other
Yeah,
things. Uh,
that's kind of because in the past, before I evenly distributed, it's like that was
yeah,
obviously like a template that every person has or is born
yeah,
with. So I was just looking at the template. I was like, the template makes sense. I understand the template. I just need to figure out how to make that template into normal. Because before, like, I didn't even
yeah.
know the template. I didn't even like recognize it.
I mean, like you're talking about like the template of like a normal human being,
Yeah,
right? It's like this is what how people fall in to to certain things. So, uh, like that's what I'm trying to
yeah,
understand. Like when you say template, that's what you mean,
yeah,
right? So it's like, how do you break out of there, right?
yeah.
Well, I mean, I mean, again, you kind of like explained it again. It's like, how are you supposed to get out of a template if you're already in there? You know what I mean?
I yes, but it's the template I'm on. There's so much variation where it acts like its own template.
Well, yeah.
And
So
it's like
then
I'm
you
trying to
already have a
switch.
sense of individuality.
Yeah.
Then you saying that on your own is already saying a lot. You know what I mean? Like most people would not be able to say that sort of thing and feel comfortable, or they'd be fake saying it. You know what I mean? Like,
Wait, explain. I'm kind of confused right now.
so you just explained how you're individual, right?
Yeah.
You fall into what normal people say that they're in a template, right? Um, and then you're just kind of like, oh, okay, you know, I'm like this, but this is how I can break out of it, or this is how I break out of it, right? But oh my god, I'm so fucking lost right now. uh, I completely lost it.
It's
I
a it's
actually
a
just completely lost
multi-layered
it.
question or like answered.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah.
complex.
I uh I mean, no. I think what I was getting at was you understand that you're individual. You're an individual person, right? And you have traits that make you unique,
Yeah.
right? And you're not you're not really influenced by what other people say or do most of the time. You feel like you'd say that, yeah,
Yeah.
right? Would are you were you influenced beforehand by what other people said or felt?
Like in the beginning,
Yeah.
I I like you kind of follow along, but you still know your individual. Like you still have your individual in the
For
background.
you. I mean, for
Yeah,
you.
like for me, I always had like in the background, kind of like it wasn't always apparent, but it was like if it was still there.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it's so you acknowledge that it came like your sense of individuality came from somewhere before, right? So it's like, okay, so this is where I came from and this is where I am now.
Yeah,
So I mean, I feel like if the end game of this is to be like, so what's the end goal? Like what's the end goal with how you're doing like these thought out like streams of like you trying to self-reflect, right? Like what's the end goal of it
like
all?
there's two objectives. One is figuring out the old template and reapply it because I no longer am that template. I'm completely different template, right? So the goal is like if I see the template and I'm starting to understand the template and how I can move to that template.
Yeah.
And like change drastically to that and still keep who I am. Like because I changed templates before from the original to this one, so I'm trying to figure out how to change the template again to go back. Because it was very complicated template switch. And like this going back is going to be very complicated as well. But it's that mixed with creativity. Because if I could gain like figuring out a template and I'm locked in creativity, I'm just like talking and trying to explain what I'm singing and thinking and my ideas, and I try to do something with it or just have a really good idea and really thought out to the point where like someone could actually make it. For me, it's a win-win because I gain both things that I really want to do in one thing, and it's very easy.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I don't know. I feel like you should like try to self-reflect on these things independently as well. Like, I don't know. Part of me feels like this is sort of like a negative headspace, just because it's like you're it feels like you're almost trapped in like trying to understand why you're a certain way, even if you are completely 100% fine.
Yeah,
It feels like to me work feels like it's a negative headspace.
it's it's kind of a mix of both for me because
Yeah.
I am content, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's like days where it's like I am not content with this anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just like why am I not able to do what the old template could? Like yeah, I could do a lot with the other template cat, but it's like I miss
But like
out
that's
on
the
a
thing.
lot.
That's the thing is like what are you trying to do, you know?
I think it's like finding a way to get the best of both worlds between the two. Because like
But like okay, but like you still haven't explained like what you're trying to do. Like you explained
yeah.
like where you're trying to go,
Okay,
like
yeah.
thought wise,
Yeah.
but
So
like what yeah.
okay, let me explain that. So for me it's everything, at least when the transition was like everything was going to subconscious, right? Like it would automatically, like for me talking, everything would be automatic because my subconscious, like I put my personality stuff into subconscious, like that's automatic response. Like if I learn stuff in classes, like I don't think about it, I don't self-reflect on it, I just know. making innately just like know everything that happens just by it's like you're thinking without words or visuals. You're just it's there, right? It's just magic. But it's when you do that, right? Everything becomes so simple and basic because you stop thinking because there's no need to. Because everything's subconscious, right? Everything's automatic. So it's like, why would you ever need to? And when I do think it based off the transition, it was like those questions about like society and everything, that's what I think about if I do think. Like those very loaded questions. That's the first thing that comes to mind.
But what you're talking about right now is your ability to not only self-process, but your ability to keep keep things in your head just going, and that itself is okay. But like I feel like trying to self-focus on that while like having like a complex, almost, it's almost like a complex, right?
Yeah.
Where you're constantly wondering whether or not this is right or this is wrong. And I feel like you really should try to not get stuck in that headspace for too long,
But
because it's not going to
like
help you in the long run.
For me, like when I have those thoughts, whatever, it's like for me, I only think maybe 2% of the day. Like actually like think, right? Everything else is pretty automatic, and it's like for me, it's like there's nothing going on. It's complete it's like I know I'm experiencing it, but it's also automated at the same time. It's like a mixture between the two.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that point, it's like when you think about how much gets automated when you do that, like just like emotion, right? The thing is, like emotion, when you put a lot in subconscious, thinking has to do a lot with emotion. Like not a lot of people think about it is, but it's like the second you shove that into subconscious, a lot of emotion also goes there too. So it's like when
your individualized thoughts are influenced by emotion.
Yeah.
Why not just your emotion, but like other people's emotions. That's why when you process these things, it usually is more than just what you think. It's usually your opinions are also stored there as well.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah.
But it's like for me, it's like the emotion aspect, or it's like if I feel an emotion, it's very suppressed until it spikes. Like I don't like I feel it, but it's like it's not to a point where like I am self-reflecting and I'm like understanding, and it's just like, oh, it's there. Like I get it, it's there. Like, cool. And then really spikes and like really gets amplified when it finally comes together. And that's like a big point. That makes it like
is it negative or is it positive?
It's both. It's both. So it's like trying to go like 10 miles per hour, and like you go 10 and then you go like 80 in like 2 seconds. And it's like you live most of your life at that 20%, that 10, 20 miles per hour, until some situations just put you at the 80, and there's no like middle ground. Because the 20 is like your subconscious and you put so much stuff there, so it's just like here's a little bit, so like you understand what's going on, but you don't get the full result until something happens. So it's like, or if you get used to any emotion, right? Like you get used to an emotion so much, it's like it's still there, but it's not as apparent anymore. You get used to it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just like getting used to it based off the subconscious thought that just like dumbs a lot of things down. So like the second something happens, or like influence, or like creative, or like something, it really pops out. But then I have time, it's just like you're chilling and it's like whatever.
Right.
Like you're not like you're not sad, but you're not happy either. You're just in a normal state of mind, just like
it's just your interpretation of those feelings, right?
like I don't even interpret the feelings. That's the thing. Everything's so monotone, where it's like it's not good, it's not bad, and like I'm content with it. But sometimes it's like I kind of miss it. I miss doing that, having the flexibility and like all of that. Like for me, like if I'm like reading for a class or whatever, it's like I don't like when I read. I'm like I can't read this. Like I can't focus. I can't read on something like this. But the second we talk about it during class, it's like I really can get into it.
Yeah.
So it's like for
I
me,
don't know,
I
man.
kind of developed. It's like I need some creativity in front of my face to really
Yeah.
figure it out. To really
I
make more creativity.
to me it just feels like you need to like just actually talk to like fucking like psychologist
Yeah.
about this shit.
I was
'Cause
thinking about that.
yeah, cuz that would actually be super helpful, and you can get my link at betterhelp dot.
That's such a good meme.
Oh my god.
It's
Let
so
me
good.
I just need 200, all right? I just need someone to sign up so I can get that 200.
To build the Frinkos company. And no one likes to talk about that because everyone loves Philly D. I don't like Philly D at all. I don't understand his appeal, but
I
whatever.
don't uh, I don't know. I just feel like the anytime anyone's stuck in some sort of mindset like this, I feel like it's good to actually talk to like a proper
Yeah,
psychologist about this. Just so because they get like an actual psychologist will be able to actually like
figure it
look at
out. Yeah,
figure it out and be like, okay, this is why this is processing this way for you, and this is how you should like probably learn to process these better, you know.
yeah,
Yeah, because like the times I went to psychologists, man, like they were actually like remarkably helpful
yeah,
to get me out of like this that like almost that headspace. So it's not necessarily bad headspace to be in. It's just like if you dwell on that for super long, it becomes super fucking negative. And yeah,
and it's not even like it's a negative. It's just like you just miss the old one once in a while. Like for me,
certainly.
it's like it comes like one day, like let's say like once every like 3, 4, 5 months, right? Where it's
Also,
just like
damn, no one is vibing with this at
yeah,
all.
and it's pretty late too.
Oof.
But it's like some random day, like every like few months, it's just like wow, it's like
Yeah.
I really miss that, and it's like a really bad day, and it's like
Yeah.
everything's like crashing over. But then after that, it's just like oh, it's back to regular like generic.
Yeah.
So like for me, it's like I'm content, and then one day it just like crashes, and then it's back to normal the next or the day
Yeah.
after. So it's just like it's not the best, but it's kind of hard to get out of it if that only happens once in a while, and it's very hard to
Hmm.
like figure out in that time and like that space to figure out how to execute that properly.
Yeah. Oh man, I do have to get going now.
All right,
It was good talking to you,
you
dude.
too. Yeah, I'm gonna
Alrighty.
end the stream now.
Yeah. Alrighty. Take
Hey,
care, man.
see ya.